A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, family. You have a little special edition of Birds of a Feather / A2D Radio live Eagles Giants reactions here. Oh, listen, we got a lot to talk about. You know, we're going to give you, obviously, we'll do a post game when it wraps up here, and we're going to be giving you, obviously, everything through the game, and then we'll talk about some of the things that have gone on so far. And every show we are brought to by our doc, make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Tom Arnone, Ryan Brodo, Michael Chromiak, the family out there obviously watching the Eagles, listening to us. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I've been yelling about it for weeks, not that anybody else hasn't been, but Jake Elliott's not good enough. And I'm tired of watching him. I'm tired of throwing him out there anymore. Okay, I'm tired. Like, listen, you want to miss 50-yarders? People are like, well, they're 50-yarders. Everybody in the league buries from 50 yards. The whole league does, okay? Fine, you're going to miss some kicks, all right? But let's look at it since the contract was signed in November. He's been 19 last November, 19 for 26. Not good enough when you're getting $21 million. Okay, they're paying you like a top five kicker in football. In no way, shape, or form have I witnessed that or anybody else since the deal's been signed. So that's another indictment on this GM. Now, how the game looked in the first half. Listen, I thought Carson Wentz threw the ball well. One mistake I know he would like to have back. Obviously, he was trying to make a play there, and I thought he was trying to throw it away, and it just didn't get out of bounds, or maybe he wasn't. I would like to hear what he has to say about that. But listen, besides that, I thought he was putting balls on the money, the guys. I thought he looked confident out there throwing the football. Defensively, we did what we wanted to do in terms of the first half. We took the football away twice. I mean, that's what we're asking for from this defense. And now we're going to have to punt on 4th and 1 because we didn't get it on 3rd and 1. Boston Scott got stuffed. So that's fun. So we're punting again when a game where you should easily be up at worst 16-7 right now. Right? I mean, 16-7, you should be up in this football game. So that's what makes me a little nervous in the second half is that we've let them hang around. And listen, we're not a good enough football team. I think we're seeing it more and more as weeks go on. The mistakes continue to happen, and they're from different units at different times, and that's not going to win you football games. Like Pootie Tang, 2 turnovers, 0 points. You can't. It's hard to win games in this league when you're not capitalizing on mistakes. One, Carson throwing the football, throwing the interception. All right, you got to get that ball out of bounds. All right, and just understand the situation. Fine, that stuff happens. Okay, but then you get down there again, and you have an opportunity to take momentum into the half, right? Jake Elliott makes it. You're up 13-7. You're feeling better about yourself, and you got off to the first half start that you wanted to. Because what we witnessed from this football team outside of Washington is they've been a really good second half football team for the most part. First half been atrocious. So the opening drive, you make that statement, okay? Loved it. We've been begging for it, and we got it, okay? After that, you got to start capitalizing. And it doesn't need to be touchdowns in a game like this. You just got to be able to walk away with 3. And when you're missing 29 freaking yard field goals going into the goddamn half, and this guy's getting paid $21 million, I'm tired of the nerd running this damn organization. I'm sick of it. Nobody in football is giving him $21 million fucking dollars. Okay? Stop being overly loyal because you won a Super Bowl. All right? The good football teams aren't loyal like that. They're loyal to greatness. The Patriots were loyal to goddamn greatness. They weren't loyal to everything else. They were loyal to Tom Brady, and they were loyal to Gostkowski forever and Vinatieri, right? They're 2 kickers. You know what I mean? They were the mainstays, essentially, in skill positions. There was other guys around like Gronk and stuff, but they were loyal to their stars. Make sense? Jake Elliott, no way, shape, or form should be getting paid $21 million in this league. Nobody. You want to talk about a $10 million deal, $12 million deal? Okay. But then it says you a lot about the guy after the contract. He's been atrocious. He's killed this football team this year. I don't care what anybody says. It's been continuous. And you said, Tom, how's a kicker kill a football team? You're watching it. You're watching. This is a football team that scored points and has been crushed by their special teams in terms of skill position. Jake Elliott. They've been killed. It's not good enough. And good football teams make a statement right now. And you can tell me, I'm going to cap it $7.9 million, $7.8 million. I don't care. You want guys to buy in? You want guys to get the job done? You make statements like that. That's what you do. This isn't pee-wee football, honey. This is the big leagues. All right, boys. Besides that, I had to get it out. I'm not happy about it. People were like, Tom, earlier on, Wilson finally came around. He's jumping in the car with me. He's jumping on the wagon. He's like, he didn't want to believe, he didn't want to think, and he didn't want to think. And I was like, dude, he's missing kicks that everybody else makes. I mean, I saw Graham Gano bury 56, I felt like, right after Elliott missed the 52-yarder. I'm like, I can't watch these guys. Everybody's hitting them. So I don't know what direction they go there. You got to just hope the guy figures it out and gets it done, right? I mean, that's the end goal with it, is you're praying that, he just figures it out. So, boys, a little bit of your first half reactions, and obviously, we want to continue on here with second half just live reactions as well, and then we want to get to everybody's comments. We see everybody chiming in. We'll get to you in 1 second. We promise you. Get it off your chest right now if you're not happy. Pick shit. Sorry.
First half, this team dominated. That's the bottom line. I mean, they dominated through the first half, but only came out of it only up by 3. Should have been 6. Jake Elliott missing a kick, and I said it before, guys. Jake Elliott cashed in $21 million check on a 62-yarder and on a kick in the Super Bowl, and it's not good enough. I think the excuse early on when he would miss some of these shorter kicks was, I'll take the guy. We had years and years of guys who could bury a kick in 40, 45 yards, but could never kick anything accurately within over 45 yards. And Elliott seemed to be that guy who, when you needed those long field goals, was going to bury them. And now it's not even the case with that. There's just complete inaccuracy. He looks like a guy who doesn't have confidence kicking the football. And that's a problem. You can't have that, And, yeah, it's another bad deal by Howie. Another reactionary deal, I think, by Howie. Take him down.
Of course not.
But another reaction, it's based on a very small sample size of success. And that's the issue, too. We're not talking about a guy that's had, the longevity where he gets the benefit of the doubt. It's not there. It hasn't been there. So that's disappointing. And I, it's one of those things, too, where, I said to you guys before we went on the air, I just didn't have a good feeling about that kick. I don't know why, but I almost never feel like I have a good feeling now when he's on the field. But overall, the defensive effort has been very strong in this football game. We were saying in the chat earlier too. I think I dropped in a lot of the arguments we have had on Birds of a Feather before the season started was: is Derek Barnett going to come back this year and bounce back and make a difference? And is Josh Sweat going to take his job? Well, I think Sweat's played excellent all year, and Barnett I think has played very, very well. And I think you're starting to hear his name more and more every week. Which is a best case scenario because, I think if we're going to lack offensively, we're going to need that defensive line to be a force. So, I'm very happy with the defensive effort so far in this game. They gave up one big play, and it happens sometimes. One big play. Carson, couple questionable decisions in the first half. But overall, we could talk about the pick that he threw, but there was also a pass that went right through Travis Fulgham's hands right in the end zone.
Jalen Hurts is on the football field right now. Sorry, guys. Just wanted to.
That's okay.
I'm
sure he's just going to hand off the football.
Doesn't look like it. We'll see, though. Probably.
Here we
go.
There
we go. Okay. All right.
Get a feel.
Yep. Listen, my issue with this, right, I have no problem with these trick plays and gadget plays and deceptive plays they're throwing in for Hurts. At this point, I'm happy to see him at least run the football, even if it's for 2 yards, because I feel like it's like 9 out of 10 times he's handing the football off anyway. It's almost predictable what he's going to do. So if he's going to mix in where he's going to use his legs, maybe get a pass off, I'm fine with it. But We got to score here, boys. We need to score on this drive. To be
I'll say one of the positives real quick, and it was obviously in a small sample size. No one was expecting it to be a big sample size, especially first off, what the hell was that? Sorry, what the hell was that? What the hell was that? Huntley? I don't know. Was that a bad throw? I guess.
That
wasn't
a real good throw.
No, but that's guess what? Guy just he got just getting thrown on the football field. I mean, this is what you deal with sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not making an excuse for a guy, but chemistry matters a little bit.
Yeah,
but
it does.
I actually think Huntley's played fairly well in the opportunities that he's had so far in this game, and he's been better than we've seen better from him tonight than we've seen from Corey Clement in the last 2 years. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, that's fair. My one thing I was going to say was that in the first drive you saw how important a guy like DeSean Jackson is. Obviously, when you talk, I mean, they went right to him on an end around. Then obviously he was available for a couple throws, and we really haven't seen him since. Really, I think he had like one drop pass, near the red zone later in the half. But again, it kind of shows, like we kind of been alluding to ever since we saw him really in that really only one game, and that was week 1 last season. When this guy is actually healthy for 5 seconds, that he still has a big part in this offense.
Yeah, and I think we talk, Ryan, we used to talk about this all the time on Birds of a Feather. Even if he's not the guy and he's not going to be making every play, just having him on the field as a threat stretches the defense enough that other guys can have opportunities to catch the football. And that alone, I think you can see the impact of him on the field. There are guys that are getting open more and creating more opportunities for themselves. So that's a big thing, having him on the football field.
And my biggest frustration aside, because the Elliott thing, I mean, you guys covered it perfectly. I'm not going to, reiterate it again, but especially because we've been talking about it for, weeks on end now. The funny thing is we've been kind of cautiously talking about it and worried about it ever since they signed him for that contract last November, because even in real time, we were like, 5 years for a damn kicker? What do we, like, why? It was kind of like the Alshon extension. It was like kind of like pointless. Like, why are we doing this exactly? And granted, both of them look like two of the worst deals they've made in quite a while. But you look around, and granted, again, completely understand that the Philadelphia Eagles right now are not a good football team at all. They're a bad football team. Whether you want to say that's because of the injuries or because how he's decision-making, that's a different conversation. The facts is they're not a good football team. But even with that being said, Daniel Jones is a horrible quarterback. He is not, like, the fact that this guy, a team that is on the other side of the field from us, with him at quarterback, and they're within a score, one possession game, is ridiculous to me. You got him to throw an interception and then obviously a strip sack, and like Pootie Tang said earlier, no points out of that. Like, then you might as well not even have the damn turnovers. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's absolutely ridiculous.
No, and that's the key to the game, right? It's, we talked about it on all of our shows, guys. The fact that this team doesn't create turnovers. Now you're having, over the last couple of weeks, they've been able to generate some turnovers. And I think 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, when they finally had their first one, maybe it was against San Francisco, they were able to cash in on that. And you saw the difference that it makes in a football game. Here, you're absolutely right, Ryan. You need to cash in on those. I don't care if it's 3 points, but you can't go 0 for 2. Even if on one of them you don't cash in, you can't go 0 for 2. It's hard enough to get one opportunity to get a turnover and cash in on it. You have 2 opportunities where they were in prime position to put points on the board and were unable to do so. And that's
I don't want to do a show anymore. I just want to end the broadcast. You know what I mean? I just want to end the broadcast. I'm not doing this tonight. Now it's this Carson just hate. Here we go. Like, okay, dude, he threw like that. You talk about the one bad ball he just threw, and now it's like Crush City, right? You watch the guys come unblocked. You watch him having a run for his life. I mean, are we watching this? He's the most hit quarterback in goddamn football.
Look at this. Look at what is this?
Are you kidding me?
Is this Lamar Jackson?
Go on.
Oh my God, he fell down. He freaking fell down. We just let a guy who fell down on his own 2 feet do that.
Unbelievable.
I'm just not here to. This isn't a Crush Wentz party tonight. That's all I'm making clear to the people. Like, I'm not doing.
I mean,
like, I'm just not doing it. People are saying he's inaccurate now. Now he's like, okay, because you just watch one bad ball. I get it. I get it. Has he been perfect tonight? No. But, like, make a kick, right? Okay, don't throw that pick, right? Nobody wants to throw that. That's phenomenal that he just fell down like that. Like, you should just stop playing football.
Yeah, I'm going to make a meme now. This is a meme.
Well, until they score a touchdown, and it's like, they still scored.
Oh, no, like I'm going to do it like watching the Eagles offense, and it's a picture of Daniel Jones falling.
Listen, I mean, Carson made a couple questionable decisions? Sure, he has. But overall, I think he's played well. He's used his legs to template. I didn't like the decision to throw the football across the other side of the field. We talk about that all the time. I don't like that. I think that's asking for trouble. However, he's trying to create opportunities. You have to. I mean, honestly, at this point, they have nothing to lose. I mean, my expectations for this football team this year have changed. And now when I'm watching these games, I'm not necessarily expecting to see a victory. I am tonight. But overall, I'm not expecting to necessarily see W's. Now I'm watching this team to more so see how some of these guys progress. How Jordan Mailata is going to progress over a tackle, because I think he's played very well, and week in and week out he's getting better. Fulgham, is he going to be the real deal? It seems like he might be. Is Greg Ward going to be able to continue his progress? I think Greg Ward we haven't seen what we expected or what I expected from Ward, but at the same time, it's almost like last season again. It's a guy who could be a really good number 3 or 4 wide receiver, who, again, because of injuries and guys not staying on the field, is now thrown in to have to try to produce like a number 1 wide receiver.
I knew the flag was...
Oh, come on. That's such it. You threw 20 minutes late. You threw the flag 20 minutes late. 20 minutes late.
I felt it coming.
Race.
I mean, he's bear hugging.
It's a hold. It's a hold.
But
Brian, I actually disagree with Brian here. He says this team doesn't generate turnovers. They need to take advantage of these average, below average quarterbacks. The defense doesn't get pressure on them and make him uncomfortable. They've been doing that all half. We just haven't done anything with those turnovers.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think, the narrative of not generating turnovers, they've been starting to do that, which has been encouraging that the defense is getting stronger. However, you can't refute that. They have to cash in on these opportunities.
Yeah, shocker. Right.
So now we are losing to the New York Giants. And I put this fully on my effing kicker right now. That one kick, I don't care what anybody says. That kick needs to be made. You might still be losing 14-13, whatever. But, it just changes momentum. It changes momentum. It deflates you as a football team. All right? It deflates you. Now you got to go. Now you got to put a drive together right now. I don't know. I don't know what else to say, guys. I don't know what else to say. To this, like, in terms of what I've watched here, you expected a better performance, and honestly, early on, you felt like you were getting it right. I mean, we felt like we were getting it from our defense. We felt like we were getting it from our offense for the most part. Like if you talk to me after, let's say halfway through the second quarter, I'm feeling good about what I've seen, right? Makes sense? Is everybody feeling good about what they saw like a quarter and a half?
Well, I mean, I think overall I still felt good about the effort in terms of the offense in moving the football. However, putting points on the board, no, we have not been able to cash in as much as I thought that or as much as I expected them to. And again, I agree with you, Tom, in terms of a momentum shifter. And like you said, they still may have came out and scored those 7 points. However, you're only down 1 point as opposed to now you're down 4 points. And I think that does deflate you. It creates a whole other issue. When you're fired up, putting points on the board right before a half, that gets the team going no matter what. And I think that's a problem here is that, now you have the issue of you can't trust your kicker at all. Not anywhere on the field.
Probably on a snap count, Pooty. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's on a snap count. He's on a pitch count. Here we go. This is what we're seeing.
At what point? Oh, go ahead, Tom. Sorry.
I'll just get into some of the comments real quick.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Jeremiah says Nickel Roby needs to be cut. I mean, and who are you playing over him?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you can cut him because you're only paying him $1.2 million. But again, who you putting in there?
That's the question. The nerdy sports guy offense has one good drive, then the line quits. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Lions played well after that first drive, really. I mean, people must be watching a different game than me. You know, I don't think they've been dominant in any way, shape, or form.
Nope.
So, you know, and also we don't have the running backs to help us out running the football. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. I know we got like DeSean back and we're feeling better about our offense, but we're without our 2 starting tight ends. We're without our only running back, in my opinion. Boston Scott's okay as a gadget here once in a while. You know what I mean? But like, you know, when you're carrying the whole load tonight, I mean, come on. You know, it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. And then you're getting this. And then here we go. You know, here comes the hate because Andrew Bailey has a one-track mind, and that's hate the quarterback. And that's fine, Andrew. You know, continue to hate the quarterback. Fine. It's your opinion. It's yours. You know, but to come in every time, it's like you don't watch anything else on the football field. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, there he is again. There's Carson. Look at that ball. It's not perfect. That wasn't perfectly thrown, even though he caught it.
Like this comment right here, Tom? Is that what you mean? That one?
You guys doing the blame everyone but Wentz? No. I mean, I think we talked about the interception. You know, you got to throw that football away. I understand you're trying to make a play. Chrome talked about throwing across the field, even though it was an incomplete. Probably still should have been caught. But still, yeah, you can't make that mistakes. But if you're talking about holding on to the football too long, I mean, God, dude. I mean, what's on the outside that gets separation quick either?
He's not playing a perfect game. I'm not a person who's on the Carson is perfect at everything bandwagon. However, if you're going to sit here and you're going to sit here and put the blame on Carson and think Carson's your biggest problem of the night so far, you have an agenda. That's it. There's a lot of other issues that are happening right now on the football field, and Carson Wentz is not necessarily. You can look at Doug and look at some of the play calls that's happening right now. And there's a lot of blame that can go on. You know, they've moved the football. They haven't cashed in. Look at the bottom line.
Sorry, Crum, but, you know, first down, you try to run the football and you get absolutely stuffed. Okay, so now you have to become one-dimensional. Does anybody understand what happens when you have to become one-dimensional? I feel like some of you guys are freaking idiots and never played it, never understood the game of football. You can't be one-dimensional and win. Right now, what we're watching is one-dimensional. So the only other option you have is start doing more RPOs with your quarterback, right? And start allowing him like to run the football too. And that's the only way you open up the run game with what you have back there and your offensive line as a whole. I mean, getting smoked again. And you know what I mean? So that's on him too, getting smoked again. Every play. It's ridiculous. No quarterback in the league has been hit more this year. But let's put it all on him. Because only one guy plays the game of football. He's all by himself out there. Nobody else plays. I'm tired of having a conversation about it. Has he been perfect? No. But start putting blame on elsewhere too. You can blame the blame's to go around here. Blame is to go around from what we watched tonight.
Listen, man, the putting the blame on Carson thing, to me, it's just an uneducated fan. It's a casual fan.
It's a lazy
because
take.
Obviously it is the laziest take. It's the take of that's the popular opinion that you hear on the dial and that bullshit of people who are just trying to generate frustration in the city to create more conversation. But it's not, if you use your eyes and you pay attention to the game and you see the ins and outs of things. Again, people will focus. It's like in your life, right? Every day when you're at work, right? You could have a great day. 90% of your day could be fantastic. And one thing happens and you carry that one thing and that will dictate how your day is. That's how people are when it comes to Carson Wentz. Carson could make however many throws absolutely beautiful. Put them in a position to win the game. He threw a ball right to Travis Fulgham in the corner of the end zone and went right through his hands. Nobody's going to talk about that. They're going to talk about the one pick, which was a bad pick. I don't think he was trying to throw it out of the end zone, Tom. I think he lost. I think he had Yeah. I just personally think he had too much touch on it and just sailed it a little bit. But unless your name is Tom Brady in his prime, or Drew Brees in their prime, or Peyton Manning, quarterbacks make mistakes, even the best quarterbacks in the league. So we can't focus on one or two or three passes. Look at everything else he's doing. Look at him running around in the backfield, trying to extend plays and create plays, saving them from losing yardage. I mean, that's the name of the game. The thing that I still think he has to learn sometimes is when to get rid of the football and when to take a sack. I think he's gotten much better than he was early in the year, but we still do see issues in times with that.
Getting sacked. So I mean, you want to take more?
Yeah,
Man, for a friend, he leads the league and getting sacks. We want more. I mean, you know what I mean? I got to rebuttal that one though. I got to rebuttal that one. Nobody's got hit more.
You're not following my point though. I think early in the year he was no, because early in the year I think he took sacks that he shouldn't have taken when he should have got rid of the football. I said he's gotten better as the year is going on, and maybe, and we said it before, especially with all the shit that's come out with Howie. It wouldn't surprise me, and I said it earlier in the year, and I feel even stronger about it now, that if Howie wasn't the one pulling the puppet strings behind closed doors saying, hey, make sure this guy stays in the pocket. This is our $100 million plus quarterback, and we have to protect him. And I think that created a lot of issues for Carson early in the year.
Good tackle, Duke Riley.
Yeah, it's calm down, Duke. All right, enough talking. Enough.
Bill Ray, real quick. Get some guy. Bill Ray, it's time to fire people. If we lose this game, it's absolutely time to fire people. Hey, I got an issue, big time. I don't care how you win it right now. You got to figure out a way to win this football game. You know, especially with guys out forever. I mean, I feel like nobody's coming back anytime soon. Hopefully, maybe after. It's so important to win this game because if you want to win a division, even though this game set football back 20 years, but if you want to win the division. Okay, this is a must win, especially when you have 10 days off to sort of try to heal up some guys too, hopefully.
Oh, how can somebody be that far wide open? I don't care that. I don't care that he didn't get the first down. Why are you playing 20 yards off of him?
Yeah, and everybody's wide open against us, right? You know what I mean? Everybody's wide open against us.
I'm getting sick, and I'm not like I'm not Mr. Fire Schwartz, but come on. I mean, can we start using our eyes?
Jeremiah says, plus side Duke Riley is an unexpected beast. Duke's played well tonight, to be honest with you. Around the football field, so I'll take it.
And you know, Ryan, with the game this close, I have no issue with him getting pumped up after making a big play. Somebody has to have some energy on the field and get this team going. Mm-hmm. So if he's up, if his energy level's up and he's going to continue to make plays, maybe we'll see some of these other guys get amped up a little bit. I feel like they had the energy early in the game, but so far from what I've seen in this second half, they just seem to, it looks to me like a lot of guys just going through the motions. I don't think they're as amped up as they were earlier on. And again, that could go back to that end of that first half with Jake Elliott taking some of the wind out of the sails. It's tough when you go in thinking you're going to put points on the board and it's blown.
I will say this one thing too. And I'm not trying to harp on the Jake Elliott thing. Since when did we become the Chargers and the Browns to where the kicker ruins our record? You saw it the last, 4 years for the Chargers? How many games that they had to either tie or win the game outright? Miss.
Browns being the Browns
for years. Since when? And this, again, I'm going to go back to it because he signed the contract. He's the one that in the middle of November, after you lose to the damn Cowboys, or no, I don't know, it wasn't the Cowboys, but you lost in some fashion, you go out and you re-sign a kicker for 5 years when nobody asked you to. He wasn't coming up on free agency. Nothing.
No, right. It's the smartest guy in the room. I'll get the deal done early.
Steal him. We'll get him cheap. For what? Because there's a market on Jake Elliott? Come on.
Real quick to the comments, real quick. Alex says thoughts on Singleton as well. The linebacker core of this game. I thought they played better. Okay. I mean, we shit on him a lot. Nate Gary's been around the football field at least. So we'll take it. Mike Rill says funny how we are more successful on defense when we blitz. We yelled about it last night. I mean, stop being missionary. Your wife gets tired of it. So get tired of it on the football field too. Bring a little heat. Make guys have to make decisions, right? Adam says, what's up, boys? As a professional, you need to make a 29-yard field goal. Straight up. Adam's our soccer guy here, kicking it stateside every Saturday on A2D. And listen, there's probably a million guys playing soccer around the world that could bury a 29-yarder. Okay?
Yep. Hey, Adam, can you kick? We might need you, Adam.
I'm not talking about further down. I'm just talking about 30 in. And sack guys all over the world. Probably some high school cats. Okay? So grow up. We're missing that kick. Where else we got? I want to get to some more of them. James says how he was watching the movie Replacement and got inspired.
Friggin' idiot.
Yeah.
I hate it. I'm telling you, he's competing with Brian Colangelo with me right now.
Well,
all he needs is a burner account.
Yeah, Brian's done, but I hear you. And,
no. Like I never thought my with that is I never thought I would ever hate a GM more than Brian Colangelo, and he's getting close.
Well, I can't go to that extreme, Rye, just because it's not an excuse to keep a job forever, but he still did help to produce or to put together a Super Bowl caliber team that won you your first Super Bowl.
But here's the thing, Chrome. He definitely prepared. He definitely helped this team crumble since then. They've gone 20-21
You're right.
since then.
You're right. You're right. I'm not saying, but in the grand scheme of things, like Colangelo to me completely destroyed the franchise that was already in shambles to the point where it took the league it took a lot basically to have to come in
the field. Where you going? Fall backwards. It's 101, Travis.
You know what's going to happen now? You're not going to get it on 3rd and 1.
No, now you're not going to get it. You know what I mean? You fall backwards. You're gigantic. You always go backwards.
I swear to God, there's two things that just never change with the Eagles. For some reason, we teach our wide receivers to go for the big play instead of the necessary play. And still with our cornerbacks, we still don't know how to teach them, hey, turn around for the football. Turn around. Like going back to obviously the Golden Tate touchdown. If Cravon just looks around, that's a pick. That's easily an interception. It's right in his hands.
3rd and 1 here, boys. Big 3rd and 1.
Oh,
big 3rd and 1. Run, Carson.
Thank you.
All right, there we go.
Great catch.
Ward?
You know, that's Greg Ward, my son.
Yeah, he catches everything. Real quick. Lori says, if Fulgham gets the TD, I basically win 1K. Drinks on me, boys. Let's go, Tor.
Let's go.
How many people go? If you could only fire one person, who would it be? I think at this point, yeah, probably Howie. Probably Howie.
Was that too quick? Was that too quick?
No. Howie and Jim are close. They're neck to neck. It's like a horse race. You know what I mean? It's like who's going to be the first to go.
But you know why? You know, honestly, why I say Howie over Jim? It's what we talked about last night.
Personnel, right? Yeah.
It's he decides who's playing.
Yeah. I don't want my GM deciding who's playing. Somebody just said,
"Oh, that's a great. Go get in there.
Get in for this 1K." Oh, was that late?
1K.
You know what though? What have I been saying about this though? Right? It's not a crown party or nothing, but I said that he loves big wideouts. What did Aikman say tonight? Oh, Carson just feels comfortable throwing the big targets, right? Like everybody sees it. So now as a general manager, you go get a bunch of big doggies. You know what I mean? You get a couple of speed guys mixed in, but you go get a bunch of big doggies because that's who he likes throwing the football to. It's 101.
Yeah, I just and Howie does the exact opposite, and he gets little trick artists that can run fast.
I think I'm bleeding.
You're bleeding? What happened?
I just smoked myself in the face.
Oh, you're sacrificing yourself. Blood equals victory.
Right.
Mike Fablano, bro, this game, listen, it's not good. Now you just want to come out with a win, right? Now you just want to figure out how can we just come out with a dub? Because dubs always make us feel better, at least. You know what I mean?
This would be only the second one.
How they get it.
It would be refreshing.
Adam said, do you make any trades before the deadline? It all depends if I win this game. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even answer it right now.
Tom, you got Jalen Hurts. Oh, yeah, smoked.
I got smoked. Welcome to the NFL, babe.
Yeah. See you in 20 minutes, Jalen.
I don't know, guys. I mean, even with a win tonight, I don't know that I'm a buyer this year at the deadline. I mean, I know we saw the report that Jordan Howard is out there. Who I know we would love to have him, but I just don't know that they could make enough moves at the deadline for me to feel like let's make a run for it this year. I don't feel that good about it.
I'll tell you this though.
Fourth quarter. Sorry, are they taking us into the fourth?
Yeah. This is a fast second half, I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is the biggest play of the game to date right here.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get. I mean, listen, if you come out with three, you come out with three, but you really want to answer with a touchdown.
For 3 on this, Tom. I think
it depends where they get on this, Chrome. I think it depends what they get on this. I wouldn't run him back out there. And people are gonna crush him if he doesn't run him back out there. Joker, I mean, I understand. Like, I'm not here to tell you you're wrong, right? But when you say he's the worst play caller in the game right now, do you see what's out on the football field? And they still scored how many points against the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is a damn good defense? How many points against the Baltimore Ravens, which is a damn good defense? So, I mean, come on, man. I mean, he's the worst play caller of all time. Then how they score points with nobody on the damn football field, essentially, besides Carson Wentz and Travis Fulgham? I mean, and I can't believe Travis, you know what I mean, is even in that conversation.
They put the graphic up earlier in this game. I mean, 40 different players have started, 20 on the offensive side of the football. What's it, 16 different receivers have caught the pass this year, all leading the league in terms of in all of those categories. I mean, it's very hard to have a continuity between a team when you're shuffling guys in and out. You guys have seen it as Phillies fans. How many different lineups did you see with Gabe? How many?
You had to say that name tonight. Oh.
But it's the argument bears truth. I mean, you have no continuity to things, and that's a problem. You can't gain any kind of consistency. There's no kind of a rapport that's built there because you're constantly having to basically rebuild your rapport from what was different from last week. You know what I mean? And that's been the problem. And I think it's really hard to game plan. I mean, they really are game planning week to week on a hope and a prayer at this point because they don't know who's going to be available. Because every week it's a different personnel that's available, like a massive amount of players.
I will. Go ahead, Tom.
No, I just said Tara said big third down here. Rodgers over the middle should be there. Listen, it's the biggest play of the game right to date because then you wonder what they're going to do on fourth, right? So that becomes a conversation. So it's such a big play on third because it's going to dictate if you got to go for it on fourth or if you're. I mean, is Howie called down there through the headset? Like, you better kick him here. You know what I mean? I paid him $21 million.
I'm going to get a return on my investment.
Listen. You said it before we went on the air, Tom, in our group chat that I would have no problem with calling a play here for Richard Rodgers. He has great hands. It feels like he catches everything thrown to him. It feels like he makes the catch.
Listen, he did it in Green Bay in his tenure. All he was always open for Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean?
He caught the Hail Mary against Detroit, I think.
I know. Yeah, he did. I know he's older now. I get that, but I'm saying like his whole career, he just.
Oh, I'll take. Listen, listen. I don't think I'm joking. I think
he's going to drop a touchdown right now. Watch. Sorry.
Yeah. I'll wait. You know what? Because of that, I'll wait to see what.
Don't react yet, because you're ahead of me, and
okay.
Can't have that. I can't even look at you right now. And our design run. Get upfield. See, they're going for it on fourth down. That's why they did it. Somebody want to push? Somebody want to push? Let's go. Push the pile. I mean, somebody want to push? The quarterback gets stood up, and nobody's around. Like Muddle. Who wants to help the quarterback out? Here we go. Sorry, here we go. Is he going to go? Yeah, he's going.
What play? So, real quick, what play call are you calling right now? If you were them,
I'm rolling him.
I was literally going to say the same thing. Roll him out.
I'm getting him outside the pocket right here. Look at this. He gets stood up here, right here. Boom, stood up. Everybody in the country playing offense should be on his back. The whole country.
Sorry, Don. My fault. I didn't mean to bring up the Detroit Lions Hail Mary.
I thought a design quarterback run right there was actually a good play call, to be honest with you. Probably not what they were expecting.
Ooh.
There's a flag. Where's the flag? Fight for the football. Who was that?
That's Akeem Butler.
Dude, fight for the football one time. Is this okay?
We threw the ball. It's not. I'm not throwing it on Carson. But
no, look at that. That's PI. That's PI.
Yeah, he's all over.
It's 101 PI. Throw the challenge, Doug. Throw the challenge. You got nothing to lose right now. Throw the challenge. And who the fuck is this guy? Throw the challenge.
He's the guy that they're.
He's all.
Howie's trying to turn him into their Chase Claypool clone, even though he should have just.
I care about right now. What is this, right?
I hear you. Oh, Lane's out again.
I don't even care. Look what just happened. The guy didn't even fight for the football. Yeah. There needs to be a flag there. What are we doing? How did not challenge that?
Exactly, Mike.
So what is pass interference then?
It's more of an opinion, I guess.
It's at least illegal contact. You got to challenge that. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh my God, I can't anymore. I don't know how you just don't take a chance there. It's the fourth fucking quarter. What are you waiting for? You want to hold the timeout? Oh, he's gone. Oh my God, I can't. This is why I can't do live reactions, guys, because this is what happens. You can so challenge PI.
Yeah, you can challenge PI.
No, they didn't. They didn't get rid of it. What are we talking about? Nothing was gotten rid of, brother. It's there. You can challenge it. Am I wrong?
Let me look it up. Maybe they don't.
Maybe he's right, Jeremiah. I don't know, brother. I get upset. So you could challenge it. Look at the passing yards, 225 to 125. 30 minutes of possession, and we're still losing it. We're going to lose this football game.
Yusuf says they didn't call it because it was within 5 yards. Really? Again, Jim, wide open. It's Darius Slayton. He's going to catch the football.
They did scrap it this year.
Okay, I take it back. Sorry, guys. It's on me. Take full responsibility. Sorry, Jeremiah, for getting upset.
Emotions are high.
Oh, it's just unbelievable. Like, you know, I'll buy into, like, people are gonna say, oh, that's a bad play call. Like, maybe it's not though. It's 1-on-1 with a bigger guy. So go fight for the fucking football. I don't agree with who the guy you're throwing the football to. Yeah, guy's that guy. You can't challenge.
What is this?
You have them pinned back on what? The 2 or the 3 yard line?
Officially over.
Pin them back to the 2 or 3 yard line. You're just letting them move right down the football field.
Tom, did you say the game's officially over? Did you say that?
I think everything's over. You know what? I don't know why I even held on to hope. Guys, you know what? I'm back for a second. I don't even know why I even held on to hope. You know what I mean? I don't know why I do it to myself. I don't know why I constantly do it to myself. That this is what happens. And that his defense is going to get gashed this whole drive. Watch. They're going to get gashed up and down the field.
You know what?
Like
Again,
the greatest show on turf. Watch. Like the greatest show on turf. First down. Right, here we go. Here we freaking go.
They're going to run about 7 minutes off the clock, too. You watch.
I don't care what anybody says. I run the freaking kicker back out there and I make him make the goddamn kick. You understand? I run him back out there. Nobody's going to agree with it. I run him back out there. You got to try to get some points on the board to change momentum right there. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with the play call. You can say whatever you want. I don't crush Doug often. I don't like who you're throwing the football to, one. Okay, and I don't like you just not taking the points right there. I'll say it because then a field goal wins it. Not that you trust him to make another one, but you know what I mean.
You can't even make that. Are we serious? Are we serious?
Wow.
Are we serious? Are we serious?
Ooh. Are they throwing a flag on that?
Then
It should be because he went with his head.
Did I tell you what was going to happen? I literally told you guys what was going to happen. I can feel it in my blood.
Who is that? Oh, of course it's Barnett. Of course.
No,
is that
That was
Barnett or
Vinny
Curry?
Curry.
Okay,
Curry.
I'm sorry, Barnett. I'm sorry, Barnett.
Curry, and I think Hargrave, because he can't even get his hands on anything. So God forbid he would make this play right here. Like, hey, Javon, you want to make some money?
Yeah,
hey, you want to make a couple bucks?
He's sucked so far.
He stinks. He's overrated. This is this drive. They go 90 yards. They're going to go 97 yards on us. It's a disgrace. Breaking disgrace. Make a tackle.
Jesus Christ. Nobody can make a tackle.
Oh, my God.
We're letting Wayne F.
yeah,
Gallman run all over us. Like it's Saquon. Is Saquon hurt? Are we sure Saquon's hurt? And again, when you go after and you have the entire field, they have to rush the entire field. Wouldn't you think Jim's like, oh, we got to get aggressive here because if we force the third turnover, we've already proved that we can get to them and we can force a turnover, then we're going to have great field possession. But no, we get soft and they're going to rush. Look, they've already wasted 3 minutes of the clock.
Oh, so they called him down the first hit.
Yeah, probably felt bad. I mean, it's the first down here. I mean, this might be house. Flag, of course. I
What? What? Oh, my God.
This is disgusting.
Oh, my God. That's a bad call, dude. That's got to be that looks like a bad call from the naked eye. That's a bad call, guys.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that. Is that Coleman again?
No, they're both jostling with each other.
Oh, it's LeBlanc. My fault. Yeah, I disagree, Yusuf. I don't think that's pass interference.
And it's not a catchable football.
That's a good no call. It's not pass interference there.
I told you they were going late in the field, so I mean, take it for what it is.
We're about to be down 2 touchdowns to the freaking Giants. Thank God he sucks. Wide open Sterling Shepard again.
God, he got smoked. Thank God Derek Barnett got home on that. My God. Another guy wide open down the field. Good spin move by DB right there.
I think he's played very well this year, guys. He's been one of the few bright spots in terms of, bouncing back.
I'm just saying, real quick, guys. They didn't throw the flag where Roby Coleman. They threw the flag with Roby Coleman in the end zone for them to give him a first down. In the same type of situation, they don't throw the flag for us when we're down there. And then, boom, they're quick to throw that flag right there. And now we got another first down. Game's over.
Yeah, I mean, Marcus, I don't remember his last name in here, even comment, I'm a Giants fan, and I'm shocked talking about why they didn't throw the flag.
Yeah, I've had enough of Jim Schwartz now. Yeah, you got to fire him now. I mean, how many times do I need to see that? That right there. How many times? Before you're like, I'm getting sick and tired of that play. Maybe I'm going to make an adjustment. And this is now like the 4th week in a row. And granted, again, we played the Steelers, good team. Ravens, good team.
This is what they do, guys. We saw this last year. They let teams just dink and dunk on them.
Well, it's not even that. I mean, you're
4 or 5 yards.
You're correct. You're absolutely correct. But, oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
Deion Lewis now. Hey, here, have a turn. Pretend you're Saquon tonight. You get off to a really good start on defense, right? And then what happens? The opposing offense makes the adjustment on you, and the defense is like, oh, it worked 2 hours ago, so we're just going to do the same thing. Happened against the Steelers, happened against the Ravens. And granted, the Ravens did a decent job against Lamar. I don't think Lamar played that good of a football game at all, but still.
I just think you had to take the points when you had the chance right there. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God.
Now you got to pray to God that they only get 3 here. You got to pray to God you can hold up. Or maybe get a turnover somehow. I don't know. I don't know what there is to be excited about anymore. Watching this is just like it's taking 10 years off my life easily.
And to answer Adam's question from earlier, yeah, I'm selling if I'm the Eagles, especially now. Like, when I saw Jordan Howard's name come up in trade talks, I'm like, ooh, can we give up a 6th-round pick for him? Because, he only has 14 yards all season, but they're not even using him at all. They're using Myles Gaskin and obviously Matt Breida. So you can get him for really cheap. So, part of me says, bring him in just to keep your quarterback healthy and just so you don't have to rely on, a 5'6" guy and suck Corey Clement. But, do I even do that? What's the point of it? You know what I mean? I'm trading everybody. And again, typical Eagles fashion, what do you hear today? Alshon and Zach Ertz were mentioned, but now you can't trade Zach Ertz because of the IR. Oh, Graham Gano, he's making that.
Let's see what we got here.
Of course, Jason Garrett's calling a phenomenal game, Yusuf. Yeah, just let him get the first down. Yeah, just let him.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
He's down.
He might have been just short.
Wow, that's a generous fucking spot, dude. Jesus Christ. I mean, that's a generous spot. Look where the knee. Look at the knee.
Oh, yeah, no.
Freaking generous.
That's not fair.
It's a half a yard short.
You're not going to challenge that, Doug?
Nope.
Doug. Wow.
Doug must have forgot his challenge flag at home.
This is a disgrace.
I can't believe he didn't challenge that.
I can't even watch this anymore. I can't even watch them anymore. They taken all my love for football away. You let this happen because you don't set it for 3. You let a team go 97 yards on you right now. 97 yards.
What do you throw the challenge flag too late? Is that what they're saying? That would be even more. I mean, that'd be even more Doug.
Or did he get the flag? Or did he get the flag on the field and they didn't see it before?
I saw a little red thing fly at the bottom of the screen, but I didn't want to start flipping out because I didn't know if I saw that correctly.
What is going on right now? Now they're not going to give it to him. Watch, they're not going to give it to him because they're.
Doug, you're supposed to throw it before the play, Doug. Yeah, that's exactly what they're saying.
Come on,
Doug, this is something you do immediately, buddy. You don't do it 2 minutes after the fact. Oh, Joseph's upset. What is this? No. Oh, sorry, Tom.
I really thought we were going to come out and smoke the Giants. Our defense has played great outside of 2 plays. The Tate TD and the 85-yard Jones run. Tier line's been terrible, and Wentz has been garbage again. Despite that, we've had 5 red zone opportunities at a minimum. We should have 19 points, but instead Wentz threw the worst INT I've ever seen. That's a little over the top there, Joseph. And our $21 million kicker missed the 29-yarder, and Doug, of course, called terrible plays inside the 5-yard line. I guess we don't even go
StreamYard was
that
like,
far.
that's enough. StreamYard was like, that's enough.
The Giants
Wow.
are beating us. We beat ourselves, and the fact that the refs missed the obvious DPI in the end zone against Butler doesn't help. The season's a joke. Why do I keep tormenting myself? Because we're fans, man. Because we're loyal and we're fans. That's why we torment ourselves.
And because the Sixers, Flyers, and Phillies aren't on right now. So
correct. There's nothing else.
or the Cardinals. I'm sorry.
Well, if there was baseball right
I don't
now, despite that I'm not a fan of either team, I would be watching the World Series at this point.
Yep. Oh, Sterling Shepard. Hey, how are you? Yeah, you got we got children dancing now? Yeah.
This is pathetic.
Madden Playbook King. Are you a Playbook King? Maybe we can hire you. Says, I'm sorry, I'm not impressed with Darius Slay. Also, he's been getting burnt all year. I wouldn't say he's been getting burnt all year, but he hasn't been great. I will tell you, especially the last handful of games. He has not been great. His toughness, yes. Like, it's refreshing to see a player that gets hurt and actually comes back in and plays through injury. That I love.
It's refreshing to see a defensive back on this organization that actually wraps guys up and makes tackles.
Yeah. But other than that, he hasn't been great.
But again, in fairness to him too, he's assigned the toughest matchup, and the drop-off behind him is drastic. And that's a problem. He doesn't have the support that he should have.
Can we stop? Can we stop? You're paying a guy number 1 corner money in this goddamn effing league. Can you stop Chrome with making excuses? You can't
I'm going to stop making excuses.
You got beat all over
Carson,
the field.
It's the same argument for everybody. The defense has been atrocious. He still needs support as a number 1 defensive back.
Okay,
I'm not saying he's been great.
You want to talk about D-backs?
He was great.
Okay.
I never said he was great.
Jalen Mills tackles around everybody who tackles. You know what I mean? We'll just say he tackles well. So we'll overpay him too. Why don't we give him more than a 1-year deal because he tackles well? This is what we'll do. I'm just saying you made the wrong move again. Jalen Ramsey was in your hands. In your hands if you want to get a deal done.
Nobody ever said they shouldn't go out and get Jalen Ramsey, but they got who they got, and they didn't put enough support around him in the defensive backfield.
What do you want around them? I don't know. If you're a lockdown guy, you're a lockdown guy. I mean, now we're talking about everything else around him. You know what I mean? If you're one-on-one cover guy,
I expect him to be better, just like everybody else. I wouldn't say he's been atrocious this year.
I would say the last 2 weeks.
He hasn't been great the last 2 weeks.
I
agree with that.
The Ravens team, but against Pittsburgh he wasn't good, and the Ravens don't even throw the football. And tonight he hasn't been good. So I mean. I don't know what it is. I'm not saying Ramsey would have made a difference, guys.
I still like McLeod. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like Mills. I wouldn't. I mean, I don't feel like either of those 2 guys are even a major issue in terms of the overall progress this year. I don't know. The whole team is terrible.
Chrome, I'm not Chuckser. I'm not Mr. Anti-Mills. But I don't know if we can say we like Mills right now.
I didn't say I like him.
You just did. You just said I like Mills.
Well, I'm saying I don't know that I don't think they need to go.
Oh,
I'm not on the.
I almost think we're putting our blame in the wrong spots, guys. I think it goes to coaching tonight, and your kicker. Like my blame's on my kicker and my staff tonight. That's what my. I felt. And I said it the other night when everybody was saying that we're undefeated in black and A, B, C, and D. It started to make me nervous. Like we're undefeated in black. We're great on Thursday Night Football. Like too many good things when we're not good. You know what I mean? Like too many good things when we're not good. And I don't know, man. I'm selling everything, and I'm not trying to be doom and gloom because that's never my style, right? But I'm selling. I'm picking up my phone tonight. I might be picking it up right now, and I'm trying to sell the whole roster away. Like anybody over the age of 30, I'll take anything back for. I'm cleaning house and starting over.
What's the? I mean, first off, Don, I'm not firing Doug. I'm not there yet. And two, what do you guys at Fam and Home too? The percentage chance that somebody gets fired, within the next, let's say, handful of days here, and who is it? So it's a 2-part question.
Well, I mean, if somebody's getting fired, I don't want to say it's Jim. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this organization will fire anybody.
I don't think they will either. I think maybe in the offseason you might see a move, but I don't see a move being made right now.
Could it possibly be the quarterback's coach as a result of you only putting up 10 points to this point on the Giants?
No, because I mean, they might try to do an underlining move just to make you happy. You got hit again. He just got smoked again. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I think the Mailata honeymoon period's over, by the way.
Could be, but whatever. We crown in the city too quick, but it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing you can say anymore. It's not a good enough performance against another bad football team, and I put a lot of this on Doug tonight and Jake Elliott. And you know me, guys. I'm a Doug supporter, always have been through and through. I'm not saying fire him. I'm just telling you tonight's on him. When I look at the game, a lot of that's on him. And a quarterback.
Oh boy!
Wow.
Yeah,
John, I disagree with one thing. Ertz isn't gonna get traded just because of the IR rule.
Yeah, I would if he wasn't hurt right now. I would trade him.
Oh, he'd be on a plane right now. Or I wouldn't even send him on a plane. I'd put him in a bus. Oh. All
right. Well, the flag that went our way for once.
A little late. But listen, this is a game on your offense. You didn't capitalize in spots you need to capitalize in. We talked about this defense wanting to take the football away. They did in the first half. You had a chance to walk out of the first half at worst 13-7, and you ended up walking out 10-7, and you should have probably been up 21-7, right? You know what I mean? And that's the difference of the football game tonight. When you don't capitalize in the NFL, you don't win games.
Here we go.
Great football. Great ball.
That's a
good ball.
All right, let's go.
I'm still out. So everything. So
yeah, no, that's probably
it's a good.
No, you're right. That's the dullest I've been to a deep shot maybe in my life. I didn't even react. So you're right, but it's a good ball. It's refreshing to see at least.
Love for him to get in there. You know what I mean? You'd be a big fan of getting in.
Flag.
That's good throw.
It might have been a free play.
Let's hope.
Unless it's going to be.
What do you guys say out there? How do you guys feel? We want you to come in here. This is what we're here for, the voice of the people. We want you to get it off your chest tonight. Tell us how you really feel. Right, Batchel? Holy shit, he caught it. The nerdy sports guy. How do you start so well and completely shit the bed? I don't know. How did you start so bad in weeks and have such great second half? See, this is the inconsistency when you talk about it as a football team, right? Like either you have good second halves or you come out. We talked about all week. Come out hot. Couldn't have came out any better. I mean, you couldn't have drawn it up any better to come out of the gates. And at the end of the day, you didn't sustain momentum, and part of that has to do with missing a kick going into halftime. Part of that momentum being ripped from you is that.
No, and this isn't the first time we've seen this year in a divisional matchup. That was how week 1 started against Washington. They came out on absolute fire in the second half. They tanked. They dropped the ball big time. So this team just can't put together 4 straight quarters of good football, and that's disappointing.
I'm glad a lot of the fam in the comments are still believing.
Huh.
I'm happy.
I know. I love you guys. And now we're off sides. Timeout.
Timeout. All right.
Alex says right here, Eagles, big effing play, come back and win this game. All right. Yeah. I mean, I hope you're right, brother.
Somebody said
earlier,
run it 4 times. Run it 4 times now with Huntley. Yeah. I mean, was Huntley the new Fulgham now? Are we doing that? I mean, Huntley looks okay.
Corn says Cowboys 5-11 division champs. Could be, brother.
Probably.
Matt says we couldn't score in the red zone tonight. Play calling wasn't good. when we got close. You're right, brother. Execution, play calling. It's always a combo. It's always a combo. And it wasn't good enough. And when you talk about Carson Wentz, you talk about a guy who, you could say his bread and butter throughout his career has been in the red zone, right? So when you're not capitalizing in the red zone, either missed field goals or missed opportunities, whatever it may be, you got to do better. I know you're limited weapons, but you got to do better in the red zone. Got to come out with touchdowns.
There we go. All right.
Yes.
I'll take it.
I will probably go for 2.
Greg Ward.
Stop fighting with everybody. Enough.
Oh, my God.
You've done it 3 times tonight, Greg. You're going to get flagged.
I'm Uncle Fight. Like, I'm Uncle Intensity. I love fire and spark from my players, but time and place. Time and place is important. And time and place of this, like, I get it, bro. Like, we're trying to win a game too. But, just calm down with the extra. If that's to take the lead, I love you, right? If that's hey, we're taking the lead right here, I'm a big fan of it. We're not taking the lead. We're not taking the lead.
Let's see. Fire alarm. It's actually ironic given his question. What has happened to Jake Elliott? He got paid.
He got paid, and now we're going for 2, I guess. Like,
I mean, in reality, like, what happened to Jake Elliott? Like,
I'm sorry, Chrome. I'm sorry.
No, just to answer that question with what happened to Jake Elliott, like, other than a 62-yard kick and a kick in the Super Bowl, when was Jake Elliott ever an important big piece to anything? He doesn't have enough body of work to say what happened to him. Maybe this is the guy he really was, and we had that 1 year where he was pretty damn decent.
All right, they getting in here, boys?
I don't know why you go for 2 here. I know you're
field
kicking.
goal. Field goal.
Yeah, field goal. Sorry, that's on me. That's on me. I didn't even realize it.
Why are we running him? 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 Why again? This is Doug again. It didn't work last week. Why are you running a quarterback that just threw a touchdown? And he fumbled. You haven't been able to run the ball all day, so you're good.
No, I don't care with him like trying to like be cute and maybe try to like sneak one in, because if it works, it looks good, right? So that is what it is, But at the end of the day, you got to understand that there's big guys up front, and if them big dogs get a pull on you, I don't care how big your quarterback is, he's going down. And what you just saw right there is the prime example of that. I agree with you, right? I'm not a big fan of the play call. You know what I mean? I'd rather you roll them out and get them moving a little bit, but I don't know. It's
just like I agree with you, Tom. I see what you're saying, but it just comes down to learning from your mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
However, though, guys, we talked about that field goal and how important it is. It's a 2-point game right now, maybe a 1-point game if Jake Elliott makes that kick. That 2-point conversion wouldn't mean anything. Whether they kicked the extra point, it still would have been a 2-point differential or 1-point differential.
And again, now, isn't it so? It's like poetic. Now we need our defense once again to get a quick stop or just a stop, period.
Yeah. A defense is just, I had a team take the ball 97 yards, I think, or 94, in the 90s, down your goddamn throat. Down your goddamn throat. And I'll say it a million times anybody wants to listen to me. You can give the defense excuses tonight, fine. That's fine. But all my money's there. I needed lights out tonight. You understand? Tonight I needed lights out from you.
I thought we would.
And for the most part, they were, which is crazy. And the big plays killed them. Some big plays killed them. And then a big ass drive. Big plays and a foot on your throat drive is what separated us right now.
If you played go ahead, Crum.
I was just going to say, I thought that we would see more pressure with the defensive front against their offensive. They don't have a very good offensive line.
It's not good at all.
Really surprised with this defensive line being as intact as it is, not being able to produce more pressure and more sacks on Jones at this point. I think that's a story of the game. The defensive line has been decent. It's had flashes, but I expected more from them tonight. I expected them to be the big difference maker in this game, and they haven't been.
Well, you know what? You need, J.D. White. I love it, J.D. Slay needs his pick 6, Tom. Yep, we talked about it last night. This was the night I needed you to make a big play, right? Now, the defense in other parts made a big play, Cromer, right? They took the football away twice. but I don't care about a couple big plays. That's going to happen. But the last drive is what will stick with me. The last drive. And I'm not that guy who's last. Oh, well, that's all that matters is last drive. When you can't let a team go 97. At worst, or 95, whatever it was. You can't let it happen. At worst, field goal. At worst, they go down and kick a field goal, they're up 7. At worst. And that's what you see. This could be a tie football game right now. At worst.
And not even just 97 yards, Tom. They did it easily. They made it look easy when they did it.
No, yep. Gavin, I don't, Gavin.
Zach Boylan saying, fire Doug, fire Doug, fire Doug. Zach, I mean,
they're not firing Doug. I mean, they're not going to. So, like, even if it's appropriate, they're not going to.
Like, do you think this roster's good enough to warrant a fire? Or do you think, Zach, the roster is not good enough to warrant a fire to general manager? So what direction you want to go? Because if Doug goes, then guess who doesn't go?
I don't believe.
Look at this defense.
I personally don't believe that this roster warrants a Doug firing. This is a product of Howie Roseman. And I think that Howie Roseman, and it's been a slow, steady decline to get to this roster that's been built over the last couple of years. And at some point, an indictment needs to be pulled down on Howie. Unfortunately, with Jeffrey Lurie, as much as I love Jeffrey Lurie as an owner, because I do believe he is one of the owners in professional sports that really does want to win, his loyalty to people is to a fault at points. And I think that we're seeing that. And I think we're starting to see the backlash of of his loyalty here.
This is atrocious. This defense. This is atrocious. I'm firing everybody. I'm getting rid of everybody. I mean, Javon Hargrave, who wants him? Because he can't make a tackle tonight. He can't make a tackle. This is disgusting to watch defensively now. Okay, you can tell me. Everybody can tell me how good of a game they played. Crunch time is what defines you, baby. Crunch time is what defines you. Getting off the damn football field. Disgusting. This offense is pounding the ball down your throat. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Ashamed of yourself, the amount of money up front on this football team.
127 rushing yards this half.
127.
This half.
That one's a big Daniel Jones run, but still, if you got eyes, you see a lot more. You see a lot of other.
Without Saquon Barkley in the game, you would look at that stat line and think that Saquon is suited up right now, and this is pathetic.
Here we go. Here we go with the timeouts. Here we go.
Is right now.
Don says, Tom, what do you want for Fletcher Cox? I mean, just take him.
Give me a 2 and a 4 at this point. Get the money off my books, and I can start over. And I love Fletch, but now I got to start over. But I got to fire my general manager before I start over. So I got to fire him, hire somebody, and then do it.
And I'll tell you this, Tom. I'll tell you this. The one thing, to your question asking, does this roster warrant a firing? Overall, no, but the defensive roster does. When you talk about how healthy this defensive line has been, all the money invested there, we can do the linebacker thing, but they've never invested anything in the linebackers, so it's not like all of a sudden that's changed. You go out and you get Darius Slay. I get it to where they were crossing their fingers that Sidney Jones would figure it out, or X, Y, and Z. And I know Maddox has been hurt, and even though I'm not a big Maddox guy, I don't think that really does anything. But either way, you look at your defense. It's like 2 set ends. We go back to the Howie Roseman thing. The way they treat it to where Doug runs the offense and Jim Schwartz it's not 50-50. It's Jim has all say on defense. Doug has all say on offense. So when you talk about it, that's why I keep going back to the Jim Schwartz thing. His defensive line, a lot of money going into it, healthy as hell. Linebackers, they never valued it. Cornerbacks,
right? Sorry,
good. And you have a lockdown guy.
Could be the game right here.
Don't
say, you know the rule. Don't say anything too early.
Nope, I'm not.
Too early. Yep, that's probably caught. Yep. Oh wow, we got lucky as shit. Who got burnt there? Who got toasted there? Was that jail? Who got toasted there? Who got absolutely toasted? I got to know who got burnt. Who got some burnt toast? Who's in the slot?
Parks. Will Parks.
Yeah. Hey, welcome back. He's Philly guy. He's great. He's got friggin' smoked. I mean,
on Twitter.
Wow, we got lucky there. Wow, we got so lucky there. Jeez. Oh my dome. Thank God Ingram isn't good enough. He's a definition of inconsistent. Either he's not on the football field or he makes a couple big plays.
Yeah, I'm the guy that drafted him. I drafted him in fantasy.
Dude,
Dude, you're not just.
Oh my God!
Nothing on that.
Are you kidding me? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Everybody else, calm down. Everybody else, settle in.
Oh, DeSean's hurt. DeSean's hurt.
For the year. He's done for the year.
He might have a concussion after that. He took a knee to the head.
God, we can't do this anymore. This is unbelievable. Home. Somebody help us. Why are you doing this to us? Every game, guys are getting taken off the field. Every game, impact guys. What do we do? What did we do to you? Well, all we wanted was a Super Bowl. That's all we wanted.
His leg. Look at the leg.
His leg twisted around.
It buckled.
Awkwardly.
Oh.
Yep, he's done. You can wrap this up.
Oh,
look, it's on the dirty hit. Watch this. Watch it buckle.
Yep, right on this hit.
Right there.
Oh.
Who is that scumbag?
This is over. The whole thing's over. Yep, John Coyle ACL. Leg rolled up. Yep. I am so
carried off the friggin' field.
Every game. Guys, what did we do to deserve it? What did we do to deserve this? We just wanted the Super Bowl. That's all we wanted. And you gave us one. All right? And we've been respectful after that.
Is that an ejection?
And now all you've done to us since this period, is just have guys that are impact guys go out every single game.
How is he not ejected after that play?
I don't know. It's the NFL. Who knows?
I mean, that was well after he was already down.
Now we're expecting.
You could actually see him after DeSean's down accelerate to take a shot.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, it was a shot. Get upfield. There we go.
Fuck him now. Use that for motivation and come right back down.
Cromer. Uncle Richard. Richie. Hands. Glue talk.
Yeah, I mean, the chat's made a good point. Of course, it's the one time DeSean Jackson's back there making punts. Like what are you doing out there? Like, it's not Doug's fault. Like, I know people are going to spin it like, oh, why it's Doug's fault for putting him on the field. It's the I forgot the guy's name. It's the idiot with that should have been ejected.
Anthony,
all night.
Anthony, I know everybody hates this. I just don't understand why we always get it. Why? What do? We didn't deserve all this. Tori says again, Fogle for a game-winning TD and 1K. Let's go. Sending these vibes out into the universe. Yeah, well, we'll say one thing about Tori. She's been right a lot of times. I don't like to admit it. But
last time she mentioned Fulgham had I think his biggest play of the game.
Oh, this is just so upsetting.
That's his. People were saying that's probably his career too. If that's torn, he's done. I mean,
yeah. And then we're on the books. We're on the hook for it. You know what I mean? We're on the hook. I can't anymore with the injuries. Can we stop, please? We don't deserve it anymore. My goodness, we paid our prices for the last 2 years.
Do we need to sacrifice one of our own? Do I got to throw Ralph into a fire or something?
Are we on the hook for his money after this year? Can't he?
It's an option
after this year.
It's an option year.
Yeah. So I don't think we're responsible for him after this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a very easy decision by us. It would be the team's going to decide not to take on his contract. You know what I mean? That's right, Don. Hello, darkness, my own friend, part 15. Yep, you can add about 20 of that, Don, just because of the.
You got the echo tonight?
Me?
No.
Yeah. Somebody's got a little backlog tonight.
Testing 1 2. Hello.
I don't think it's me.
I don't hear an echo. I don't hear anything.
Okay, good.
I don't hear it either.
Good. Then listen, my bad. Retract. You know what I mean? Homer Simpson. I'm going back into the bushes. It's on. It must be on my end. I'm an issue.
Victoria says,
not a problem. All show. It's just me.
Oh, here you go. Victoria says, it's me, Tom. There's a car driving by. That's the echo.
Makes sense. Highway talk. Wow. Well, again, you know what I mean? Got it again.
Yeah, I know as much as, Joseph says, 30 fucking hit. I feel bad for D-Jax on that one. It is one of those, especially if that's how his career ends up ending.
It's bad.
It's one thing. As much as he's not on the field, that had nothing to do with him. However, I hope that the people who are going to have that narrative, which is the correct narrative, are not the same people last year who were holding Carson getting hurt from a dirty play in the postseason against him for his injury history. Here we go.
Beautiful! Beautiful!
Uncle Richard.
Uncle Richard.
Wow. Let's go here. There's no way we're
My
winning.
name's Richard Rogers.
Fam, this is what I'll do right now. I'm putting it in stone. I'll put it in stone. If they win this game, I am getting a Richard Rogers Eagles jersey. I'm doing it. That's what I'll do.
Listen, there we go. Listen, a
Boy,
Richard Rogers jersey is always good. It's like getting a Jordan Matthews jersey for years. You knew at some point every year they're going to bring him back. So
I'm telling you, mark it down. I'm not lying. If they win this
pulled
game,
my
I'm getting
Jordan-
Richard Rogers jersey.
I pulled my Jordan Matthews T-shirt out. 3 different times after I thought it was in retirement. I still have it just in case.
Yeah, that was a terrible call, by the way.
I'll take it.
We deserve
Well,
one.
they owed us a couple.
Rather you ball on the 1 yard line. You know what I mean? Than that.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that than that. So
John Coyle says Eagles medical report with DeSean says it will be a bruised knee day to day. Reevaluate next week to torn ACL. Yeah, that's about right, John. I don't even know if that's a prediction. I think that's just a spoiler. Boston's got.
I'm running again. I'm telling you, running again.
Yeah, because now we have the clock on our side. See how everything switches?
Well, if we do get in,
Right.
they'll down and score a touchdown. So
Right.
Oh, don't do
However,
this.
Ryan,
Don't do this. You're right.
think about how different this game would look if Elliott made that kick to where you really are just burning the clock down to make another kick. Although I don't know, I feel confident in making that kick, but
well, if he made the 29-yarder, I'm like, okay, he'll make this one. You know what I mean? Because then he's 2 for 2 in the game at least. At least he's feeling a little bit coffee.
yeah, I mean, you'd have more options though. Right now, there's one option: end zone.
I run it again.
Carson's over 300 for the first time this year too. 341.
That's fun.
For all of our stat junkies.
God, Mailata is a massive man.
Yeah, he's getting torched tonight. But you're right. Hey, listen, can we call it run for Jordan Mailata?
That sack earlier when you guys said something about him, that they showed the replay. That was not on him. That was a defensive back blitzing on the outside.
Okay.
So that was not a missed assignment on his part.
Good run. See, I said running again there. You know what I mean? Get a chunk.
If I see Corey Clement on the field, I might lose my effing mind. Just letting you know.
Oh, we got the Giants taking timeouts now.
Final timeout, too. That's big.
Oh, come on, Carson. Come on, guys. Figure a way out. I still don't believe it. You know what I mean? I still don't want to believe it.
Joseph, I just thought the same thing, Joseph.
What'd he say?
I believe it. I
Don't
believe in
pull
the power
Green Bay.
of
Please
positivity.
punch the ball in.
Yeah, I don't know if I run it again here. You know what I mean? I feel like I got 2 good runs. You know, I almost want to play action this one now.
Oh,
In
here
my
we go.
That's where I'm at.
Mike Royal. Now it's time for a Hurts rollout pass. Yeah, it's just what we need. Winning touch. Listen, you know what? I'll take it at this point. The fan base won't be responsible, and they'll say Jalen Hurts hero. I don't even care at this point. After that dirty hit, I can't lose to the Giants. I can't do this.
Play action. Nope. Nobody.
Nothing there.
All right. Right call. Get rid of the football.
I said play action there, guys. I don't have any problem with that. You just ran the football good twice.
Yep.
You try to open something up, and nobody got open. Nobody got any separation.
2 timeouts also. We have 2 timeouts.
Mike, I don't think it was supposed to be a lob, though. You know what I mean? I think it was supposed to go to somebody else, and nobody was open. So you went to your last resort there, and that's what you ended up with. I mean, now I would almost consider running, but that I don't know what they're in.
I am not well right now. I am not well.
Not at all. Sacked.
Another flag. Pass interference.
Holding. Yes, that's holding defense. Holding defense. Was that first down, half distance to the goal?
Tell you one
I'll
thing.
take
though.
a first down
He does
here.
move around. He does move around well in the pocket.
Wentz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on.
If he gets a second to take a step back and see the field,
Oh, wow. He's
he's
wide
able to
open. Wow.
he's able to use his legs really well.
He couldn't see him because he was rolling out the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not seeing him.
Fulgham once again drawing a flag. I'll tell you what, he's good. He might be elite in that category, drawing flags.
Yeah. Right now, yeah. Well, now I run the football. Now I absolutely run.
You have to.
I do as well. Yeah.
You got to milk it now.
I don't even care about milking. I got to score, but you know what I mean. I don't even care about the clock. I care about getting in the end zone.
This is where I'd love to have a Jordan Howard on this team right now.
Yeah, I agree, Crum. Oh, it's
Another
going to be
flag.
negative yardage, holding offense. I can't. I'm going to start walking around now. I'm going to start walking around the house. I can't believe that.
Oh, my God.
Shooting ourselves in the foot. Kelsey, you're better than this.
Oh, come on, Kelsey. He took his fucking helmet off.
Oh, yeah, don't make it obvious or anything, Kels.
That ball game.
So what is now? First and goal on a 10 or 6?
I think it's further than that.
Oh, my God.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Now we're definitely not scoring.
Nope.
Well, got a little room here.
Yeah, room's fun.
Yeah, room for activities.
There it is.
Wow.
Touchdown.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What a ball. Oh my God. What a ball. Whoa, what a ball. What a rifle. What a catch, too. What a catch, too.
Great
By the way.
pass, great catch. Great job making sure his feet stayed in on that play. Let's go.
What a rifle.
Going for two, Doug Peterson, of course. You know this is coming.
You have to.
Yeah. No, I'm not criticizing him. I'm not criticizing him.
We won't get
one
it.
Makes no
because
difference.
it's just the way our 2-point conversions go.
Look at this pass.
Listen, I might bet my entire I might bet my entire bank account that they're going to do another quarterback rollout again or another QB sneak.
Oh, wow.
That's a great ball. That's a great ball. It's a great catch.
Yup, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a phenomenal.
Carson cost you this game, guys.
No, Tori, we're not behind. The stream for you guys is 30 seconds behind. We're in real time. But the way you guys are seeing it, it's 30 seconds behind.
Yeah, anytime we're on the air, it's a 30-second delay.
This is important.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm looking for all those Wentz sucks people. I'm looking. I don't see any. It's like they vanished. Poof.
Yep.
Oh, Jalen. They got Jalen out there for this play.
As a what? As a wide? Oh no, he's the quarterback.
Wow, this is a formation. This is
Yo,
cute.
I'll tell you what. I let him throw the ball.
Wow. What is
I
it?
let him throw the ball here.
Really?
Oh, he's going to throw it to nobody.
Flag.
Oh, there's a flag. Let's see what we got.
It was an illegal pick. I think it was an illegal pick.
No, it's on the Giants, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it's on the Giants.
Wow, the
Looks like it.
Wow.
Might have got a hold.
Because they got away with something here.
Illegal receiver downfield.
Never mind.
Terrible. What are we doing? What are we doing? Your quarterback just threw a dart. Your quarterback just threw a goddamn dart. What are we doing?
The smallest guy on the roster, too.
What are we doing? I mean, Carson just threw the best ball of the game, an absolute dart, and Boston Scott with a tremendous catch on it. All right, and then we pull Jalen Hurts in. And I know you probably worked on this play, but obviously not. And this could be it right here. That Evan Ingram drop. That Evan Ingram drop could cost the Giants this football game. You know. So
what would be really great right now?
Oh, what a kicker!
Jake Elliott would have made that kick, and we were up by 4 points right now, or maybe 5 because they might have just gone for it.
Graham Gano's hurt. Oh,
what is this?
He'll bury.
What is this? Look, what is this? What is that?
They're setting it up, right? They're setting it up. They're setting it all up. He'll bury this. He'll bury this from 65.
What is that machine? He just
listen,
shake weight.
I got to tell you, I love the insight that they give us during the game, but there are certain images I just didn't need to have a slow motion replay of, and that was one of them.
A lot of jiggle. Hope the ladies liked it at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of jiggling.
Tor, you watching that?
Yeah,
Tor, is that going to bring you out of the dark place?
Guys, what do you say? What do you say right now? Do we win this football game, or does our defense, where all our money's at, give this game up right here? Because now the game becomes on the defense.
No timeouts either. Keep in mind.
Yeah, them burning that timeout.
Yeah, no, they took the final timeout.
That means they'll sling it all the way down the goddamn field here.
Yeah, that's right, Common. Jiggle. Someone say Jello, Jello.
Listen, just one sack ends the game. You know what I mean? One sack ends his football game. So who wants to make a play up front? Who wants to make a play up front late here? Maybe save some people their job.
Hold. That's a clear hold.
All the time in the world, too. Back there.
Wag it. Bring her back, baby. Bring her back. That's huge. That is huge. Now, oh god.
Don't say it yet. No, don't say it yet.
Take a walk.
Daniel. Can I just tell you?
Take a walk, Daniel.
Can I just tell you emotions this game's brought? It's taking you off the cliff. It's taking you. You were walking away from the cliff because you're like, okay, look at this. We came out hot. Then all of a sudden, we were all about to jump. It was jump city around here, and then we're at this point right now where I can't believe we're even at. And it's just emotional. Now it's like there's a defense line out on the 15-yard line, guys. Remember this with 30.
No timeouts. No timeouts.
Out to 34 seconds. This is how somebody loses their job. Okay, I'm just telling you. If they get a first down, this is how somebody loses their job. Good. We can give that all day. Yep.
I will say this, guys, before the impending misery might come against us, I will say it's been an honor playing with you this evening.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they said on the Titanic before it sank, right?
Yeah, well, I think so.
Yep.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. I got to refresh.
Gentlemen, it's been an honor playing with you this evening.
Yeah.
Although this ship is not sinking yet, Ryan.
Yeah, well, it's about to break in half if,
You don't want a big play here. Somebody's got to get home. I mean, somebody's got to get absolutely home. Who wants to make a damn play up front?
There we go.
Strip that!
There we go.
Strip that!
Got him! Is that BG? Is that BG? Who's hurt? Oh, no, he's back.
No, it's just Vinny laying on the ball.
Yeah. Wasn't pretty, fam, but we'll take it. We will take it.
WrestleMania, Vinny.
And listen, there's things to be upset about tonight, but at the end of the day, we will take this win. We will absolutely take this win and soak it in for 10 days. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about your quarterback. Let me tell you about your quarterback. And that was BG. Always makes big plays. Let me tell you something about your quarterback, too. All right? Some between the legs. How about some between the legs? You need to put some respect on his damn name. He's out here playing with a bunch of nobodies again, and I don't care who they're playing. It's a National Football League, and we were about to lose this damn game. Right? This game was over, and our quarterback said, hello, answer. Answer. We talk about what do you do in big moments? Carson throwing darts, and Brandon Graham, who's always been a big moment guy, who said to everybody that wants to listen, don't give up on us yet. I did in this football game with 6 minutes remaining. And a lot of it's jinx talk, like I want to go the other way on purpose and hope good things happen, right? Because I never truly give up on this team. I'm just a problem, right? You know what I mean? I'll still figure out a way that they can get to a title game because I'm an issue. But story for another day. This is the type of win that this football team needed. Big time. Joker, I'm right with you. I feel emotional with you guys right now. I want you guys to tell me how you feel because, listen, did the Giants stink? Are we good? No. But, listen, a lot, and everybody said, time you talk about the quarterback. What? You guys all talk about him. You want to all talk bad. Now I'm going to say to you, put some damn respect on his name because it's what you do in big moments that matter to me. You understand? It's not the whole body of work. It's what your responses and stuff and how you finish. And tonight's a finish from this football team and 11. And listen, this defense, who let a team go 95 yards, unacceptable. But again, got off the field a couple times late to give this offense a chance. We talk about both sides need to go well to win football games in this league. And besides the one bad decision out of 11, He played a really good football game tonight. We still have issues with Jake Elliott. There's some issues with Doug and some weird, decisions. Okay, but that's always going to be the case in the National Football League. But the resilience. Sorry, Carl. This is all I got. The resiliency again of a banged up football team finding a way to win a game to keep your whatever this is called season wise alive, right? Because you're in a terrible division, and I'll take wins any way I can get them, and I'll enjoy it for 10 days and figure out ways that we can win more football games. And I love that 11 Brian Down. He never stops playing. What I ask for any kid that plays for me, compete like it's nothing. And we talk about baseball for 6 innings, 18 outs, right? You talk about football. Compete for 4 quarters. That's all you ask from your players. Compete. Let the chips fall where they will. Compete. If that's not a franchise quarterback, I don't know what the hell is.
I just have one thing to say and then I'll let Crum. Then you can go off, because to me, you look at it when DeSean Jackson, when that injury happened, the late hit, the crucial hit, the dirty hit, it was like Carson Wentz, this entire roster, especially the offensive roster, went right down the field. It was like they took a playbook out of Jordan from the documentary, and they looked themselves in the eyes and they said, I took that one personally. Because we did. We were out. And then when we saw that late hit, that filthy hit that was probably going to cost not only the season, it might cost him his entire career, inexcusable hit, we said, okay, screw that. We know we're not a good football team, but we're not going to let the Giants do that and beat us in our own house. No way. No way.
And right, think about this too, right? Think about this. And Pooty says it. We're not nerds. I ain't trying to talk about the draft. I'm here to win football games. I'm here to go to the playoffs any way I can get there. And if I get in with 6 wins, I don't give a rat's ass. Go win a game then at home. Right? And you hope to get some guys healthy. Like, TTP saying. Maybe you can get Jalen Reagor back, right? Maybe you can get Dallas Goedert back, and maybe you can get Alshon back if DJX is lost. And then you're like, okay, then we're getting some weapons back, and other guys are going to get healthier. That's why this win was so important to this football team. And I know. So he said, Tom, they're supposed to beat the Giants. I understand that, but who are we? Who are we coming into this game? Supposed to beat anybody. We ain't supposed to beat anybody.
No,
we ain't
exactly
good. We ain't good, and now all of a sudden we ain't good right now. Okay? But we'll take wins. It keeps your season alive. We'll take positives out of the way our quarterback kept playing. And in big spots, made big plays. How Boston Scott made a huge catch.
Yeah.
Right? And you talk about the fight. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, I know we're supposed to beat them, but now we're not going to take the win. If we lose, we're selling everything. So we win the football game, and now we're going to be negative? This is what I can't stand. I'm glass half full all day. Sorry. That's all I got, boys.
Well, no, I mean, listen, I think the reality is we're not in a position to say that we should beat anybody. And you kind of touched on that, but let's look at this football team. Let's take our midnight green colored glasses off for a second here, guys. This team is banged up. This team has questionable coaching right now, whether it's on the defensive side or the offensive side. Nobody's ran away from that. And the personnel decisions we disagree with. We've clearly seen that there wasn't enough depth moves put on this football team by seeing the product that's on the field. You take a win any time. And honestly, in the NFL, any given Sunday, anyone can beat anyone. So a win is a win. And a big win like that, to come back, and we talked about how the situations throughout that game could have been different if Jake Elliott just makes one kick.
Yep.
And how that changed the entire perspective of that second half. And again, when you talk about coming back for your guy, and listen, we've been on DeSean for not staying on the football field for this year. Last year, I think we were kind of whatever. But to come back and see something like that, and for your quarterback, the knock is always Carson doesn't do the job down the stretch. But I'll tell you what, the last couple of years, guys, we've seen Carson do a hell of a job, even in loss, to see the second halves that he's been able to put together, the plays he's been able to extend with his legs, the opportunities he's been able to create for his surrounding cast, his supporting cast. to even have a chance to win those last couple weeks. And then to come out again tonight and get the job done in the 2-minute drill. Where are all the Andrew Baileys at who were shitting on him all night?
No, Chrome. He disappeared, honey. He disappeared. And I'm calling him, honey, not you. He disappeared because he's a fraud. And he comes on every one of my videos and every one of my shows and tells me all you do is defend the quarterback. And I say, no, I don't. I'll be critical of him when I have to be, but I'll also praise the good stuff and the franchise stuff. And only losers don't see it. Only guys without a football field don't see it. If you have a feel for sports, you see the toughness. Okay, every quarterback makes bad throws. I'm so sick. Inaccurate ball, dude. Do you watch the league? Do the guys go 45 for 45? Did I miss that? When did I miss that? What at the end of the day, it's what you do in the final moments. Now the rest of the game matters, but when you're in a game, it's what you do in the final moments that I thought we always looked for as a quarterback. Right? It was about what you did in crunch time. Is how we define quarterbacks. Right? All right. I mean, at the end of the day, stats and crunch time.
Listen, you just watched.
What do you throw for? 360?
Listen, you just watched the New York Giants, right? You just watched the New York Giants, who had a quarterback that for years was inconsistent. But when it came to the 2-minute drill and the 2-minute offense down at the end of the game, in his prime, in his era, it's hard to say that Eli wasn't a top 3 to 5 quarterback in the 2-minute drill. The Giants constantly move the football, and not just during the regular season, in postseason games. So the fact that your quarterback is one, to me, that's a progression from the last couple of years. We saw it start at the end of last year, and then you come into this year. Good morning from Germany.
Oh, where's that at? Sorry. I'll go back. Sweeps said something. Todd Womack, what's up, my brother? He's heading I'm heading to work. With a Philly dub, feels good. Good morning from Germany. What are you overseas? Yeah, he's overseas, right?
Yeah,
Todd?
yep.
Yeah, I know he's in Germany, but I mean for the military. So if that's what it is, I think it is, Todd. You know, we respect the hell out of you, brother, and we can't thank you enough for everything you do. Truly,
absolutely.
Let me know if you need any A2D gear over there, or your people do. All right, and we'll take care of you. We'll get that shit over to you. No questions asked. Brother. Uncle Sweeps, what a throw! What a throw! Wow, where are the haters at? Sweeps,
they all went away. They all crawled away.
This is what we talk about. When he made that throw, we were all yelling dime, laser, where's everybody at? And they disappeared. Andrew Bailey, the biggest loser there is. He's a loser. And I would love for him to come on. I would add him in StreamYard just to expose him. He can come on in. Air quote, the studio, and get torn the goddamn shreds if he wants to talk football with me or anybody else. I can take the night off. I can say, you know what? I'm just going to take the night off. You guys got him. That's how this works, because he's a loser. He's a loser, and he doesn't have a feel for football. He doesn't have a feel for toughness. If he has a wife, she probably bosses him around. I can smell it. All right? I smell guys like you. With all due respect. How's the ass, little nipple? Little nipple. How's the ass? You like nipples? No, I'm sorry. You prefer nipple? TTP, yes. Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to get to the comments real quick, Chrome. And then this.
And this is to respond to TTP. It's a huge win. This is the type of win that, whether it's a good team or a bad team, it gives you a chance to build a little bit of momentum and confidence moving forward. And I think that they have a chance to do that from this.
Yeah, no, they absolutely do. Like when we made that kick against them and it propelled our season, right? Or last year when, we won 2 big games against them down the stretch to get in. I don't care who you're beating. Dan, listen, I'll go on with Max and expose his ass too, right? They'll fire him from ESPN when I'm done with him. I'll probably get a check that day. Okay, that's how bad it'll be. And I guess what I'll do with the check, I'll rip it up. And I'll do it live on A2D, ripping the check up. We're good. We just came here to set a tone. See you guys in a little bit. You know what I mean? Todd, but can we bring back? Rye was saying that earlier, and you know what would happen though? We would bring him back, and it end up being game to game, and it would end up being the whole year. So you know what I mean? That's how it works here. I love Jordan Howard though. You don't got to tell me about Jordan Howard.
And honestly,
none of us ever wanted him to go.
Yeah, and I know TTP said, we have 2 games in the next, we have 1 game in the next 2.5 weeks. This is the time, especially given, again, Howard's healthy right now. They're not using them for some reason down in Miami. You see how much he fit into this offense. You go back to obviously last year again, and then you look at Miles Sanders' injury to where, regardless if he's going to be out for another 1 week, 2 weeks, it doesn't matter. Tonight showed while Boston Scott, and listen, I was wrong in this sample size about Boston Scott. I've been ripping him to shreds. Tonight he showed up, and he is officially the giant killer because whenever this guy plays the Giants, he's awesome, and he comes up big. But even with that being said, you can literally give Miami a 6th rounder at most. Like, I really think they would take a 6th rounder for Jordan Howard because he's only had 14 yards. He's had like 2 snaps a game. So I really think, and then you think to yourselves, why wouldn't we do that? Because we gave up, a 5th to get him from Chicago? Like, we gave up nothing then. So that tells me his value's way cheaper now. And then you tell us, okay, especially with Howie Roseman drafting, what are we doing with that 6th round pick? It's going to be a guy who could never play. You know what I mean? So why not do it? And I agree, Tom. Like, with our luck, he's probably going to either suck or, not be any good. But at this point, man, and when, at the very end, I was going to do a video on this earlier. I'll give you like the perfect scenario that I think is realistic of what Eagles fans should be rooting for. But at the very least, bring in a guy like him just to give your quarterback a break. Give just another weapon to do something in a limited sample size.
Yeah, because if TTP saying, and then it goes to the point. Like, I know I keep saying, he says, but this win buys us some time to get the rest of help. He's talking about Alshon Reagor, Dallas, and Sanders. So and then if you add like a guy like Jordan Howard in there, now you're feeling a lot better. But we'll see what they decide to do.
And listen, the good thing about Jordan too, Jordan was just here last year. He knows the offense. There's not a learning curve there. He can basically be plugged in instantaneously and be ready to go. And that, to me, is huge, too, because they need guys who can step in immediately and help out in some support. And listen, he's great. He's great at the pad at pass blocking, at blocking for the quarterback as well. He's one of the better running backs in the league in terms of blocking for the quarterback, that second-level protection, which – this team drastically needs as much protection for Carson as they can get, as we've seen as this year's progressed.
Yeah, and I'll say this, it was like he definitely complimented to Dan's point, Miles good in the run style also. Yeah, and he did, because it was like a thunder and lightning attack where, when you get pounded, and Jordan Howard's a guy who led the league in yards after contact, right? Initial contact. So that tells you all you need to know. And then all of a sudden you bring another guy in who zip. And then linebackers are, the muscle memory of the speed that they just saw compared to zip sometimes gets guys caught up, and that's where you would see Miles break big time runs and a lot more of them because of the 1-2 punch. Now you're 1-2 punch. You don't have thunder in there, right? You have I like Boston Scott, but he's not thunder. So you still need somebody that can lower a shoulder and get 3 yards for you. You know what I mean? You need to put that wear on the defense is important. Now, does it need to be 30 times a game? No. Yeah, that wear for 10 matters. You know what I mean? That wear for just 10 carries translates and matters. So I agree with you guys that that's an extremely good name. I also agree with everybody out there saying in terms of a linebacker, I would definitely be on the look. And Richard Showie says Carson Wentz never gives up. That's my quarterback. Absolutely. And here's Andrew Bailey. Comeback almost makes up for Carson terrible play the first 3 quarters. Look at you, dude. Look at you. Look at you. You crumb brulee. Look at you. He's such a fraudulent take. The most fraudulent take of all time. You can't even come in here and give him credit. You're that much of a loser that you can't come in and give him credit. Like, you're that much of an agenda-based junkie that you can't give credit where it's due. That's disgusting. That's disturbing, right? All of us can say we're wrong about stuff. Admit it. Just admit it. That's a big sack. I don't know what you got between your legs, but that's the kind of shit we like over here. I want my quarterback to be big time in big moments. And if you don't think this is big time in big moments, you're clueless.
I think he's clueless regardless.
Right after real quick, right after you take a 15-yard penalty, you get a 15-yard penalty, and you throw that dart.
Wentz has a lot to work on. Wentz has a lot to work on. Okay. Again, that's your takeaway right now? That's your takeaway. That's your biggest takeaway?
Work on chemistry and weapons. Are you guys kidding me? Is this real life? Is this real life? I mean, come on, dude. Do you know what's out there with him right now? If you think that's like special or elite or even in the middle of the pack, you're freaking clueless. If you don't think that's bottom 5 talent on your outside, you don't have a clue. Then you don't watch enough for the league, babe. You know what I mean? You just don't watch enough of it. You don't watch enough. So what I watch around the league, everybody has skill position players. All our guys are down. So Travis Fulgham played really well, okay? But that's one guy who just came off bagging groceries, essentially. Greg Ward catches things. You got guys who can do a little bit, but you're without like big-time impactful guys right now, and especially in your running game and your offensive line. And that hurts. That hurts.
That's right, Todd. That's right, Todd. He can't work on the O-line. He can't work on the GM not being a complete idiot. He can't work on the defense underperforming again and again and again and again and again. You can't do that.
Top three wide receivers being out of the lineup. You're missing your number 1 running back. You're missing your number 1 and number 2 tight ends.
Yep. And hold on. And one more thing. Nobody has been hit more or sacked more in the National Football League. And all the injury junkies, and I'm going to knock on wood, all you jerk-offs, where are you at now? Because that's durability, babe. And that's hanging in the pocket and making big-time effing throws. And if you watch around the league, a lot of guys shrivel when they get hit around. That's how you beat quarterbacks, by smacking them around. All he's done is hung in there, and that's what you have to say? You're just an idiot. You're just an idiot. And I say it with all due respect, because every time you come on a video, every time you come on a show, it's to criticize one person, and that's agenda-based. If you don't understand football is a team game, and at the end of this game, we got a team win right there, then you're clueless too. My talk is where the haters are at, and you're one of them. And the fact that you can't say, you know what, Tom, you're right. That's some clutch shit right there. You know what I mean? Let's see what he does the next time out. Then I can't talk sports with you and have an educated conversation.
No, even if you want to keep your agenda, your narrative for one time, when a guy comes out and makes plays like that and wins you a football game, and listen, it wasn't just it was a great catch by Boston Scott too on the other end, but the fact that you can't put your ego and your agenda to the side and say, you know what, man, that was great. To me, that's somebody, again, rooting for a guy to lose. You're not a fan of the team if you're rooting for a guy to lose. As much as I hated Nelson Aguilar, and Ryan can attest to this, for years, there's never a time where I sat there and said, my pride needed to be above success. I am a person who's more than happy to eat shit and be wrong. I would love to drive the car, to drive a guy off the cliff, and then somebody put up a rock that my fucking car plows it and it's done.
I love you, Crum. I want the same thing. Like, people are going to try to tell me I was wrong about Travis Fulgham if he continues to play great, right? And I was like, I never said he couldn't be good. I just wasn't buying T-shirts a week and a half in. You know what I mean? That's all I would like saying. But I want guys to succeed here in any way possible. I want success out of everybody that's going to wear green, right? And if you don't, to your point, Cromer, if you don't want success out of everybody wearing green, then I don't know what you are then. You know what I mean? Like, anybody, all 22 of the guys that are going to step on the football field, offensively and defensively, just talk about like the starters per se, right? I want every one of them to do well. And everybody that comes in for snaps, I want to be successful. Are we kidding me? Like, you know what I mean? Is that real talk? Is that a real conversation that you would want one guy to do bad because you either love Nick Foles still, which we all love Nick, and you just can't get over it? So you're probably a clinger. You know what I mean? You're a clinger. That's what we call that. Cling talk.
Can I say one thing? And this guy's been talking all day. So Steelers fan 1. Ironic that he has something to say today. Says Eagles will. Well, I guess that's not even English, so I'll try and translate. Eagles division.
I think he's saying will win the division. It's an autocorrect.
I guess. They'll sweep Dallas, sweep Giants, and beat Washington. That's it. They'll lose the others because they still suck. Don't overhype yourself. Like, I love the last part. Who's overhyping anything? Like, do we have to go to you and be like, hey, buddy, is it okay if we are happy for this quarterback who proved all the people in the chat that were coming in, oh, Wentz sucks. It doesn't matter about the O-line. It doesn't matter about the defense. Is it okay to say, hey, let's give this guy some credit? That's all we're doing. We're not saying we're going to the bowl. Hell, I'm not even saying we're going to the damn playoffs. Nobody's saying that. Is it all right with you if we just talk about the positives for once? Do we? Is that okay with you? Like, We're not going to be the Cleveland Browns to where they win one game in 4 years and they throw a damn parade. Nobody's throwing a damn parade. Nobody's out on the streets. You understand? But and to say, oh, don't overhype yourselves, nobody's overhyping anything at all. We're not overhyping the quarterback. We're not overhyping the running backs or anything.
No, right. It's simple, okay? I'll tell you what it is. Right? 3, 2, 1. You know what it is? We're not nerds. We don't feel like talking about the draft. We want to make the playoffs any way we can get in there, especially when there's no hockey, especially when there's no basketball coming up. We want it to still be in something, even if it's shit. You understand that?
No, and honestly, I'm not gonna listen to a guy who his name is after a team that we just played that should have steamrolled us and almost coughed it up. And really, a missed kick in that game was a difference maker. So I'm not going to listen to this guy. A guy who's a fan of a team that plays up and plays down. And I know Tom loves Mike Tomlin. I'm not getting to a Mike Tomlin thing, but I'm talking the team overall who plays up and plays down to everybody consistently, who is overhyped every year. Because, yes, they are a good team every year, but every year they're supposed to be an AFC Super Bowl contender. And they always shit the bed. So I don't want to hear overhyped talk from Pittsburgh fans because it's been a long time since you guys have been on that mountain at this point. It's time that you can go over there and listen, you're good, and that's great. You almost coughed it up to us a couple weeks ago when we shouldn't even been in that game. So with a bunch of replacements.
Yeah, and Daryl's, he's spot on. He says, we have had 6 offensive linemen make their first start, and we're in week 7. Week 7. Mm-hmm. We're not even halfway there yet. We're not even at the bye yet.
And right now we're in first place.
No, we're not. Are we? Are we? I mean, yeah, I guess for like
technically for like 4 days.
Yeah, for
like a half.
Okay,
they're like a half game up. Yeah,
game up. So if they lose, then we're
game up. If Dallas loses, we're yeah.
Or win.
I want to know, and I just checked his Twitter. I wasted those 30 seconds. Like, I want to know where Antonio Cromartie is because he had so much to say this morning on Twitter. Like, Andy Dalton's a franchise quarterback, Carson Wentz is, and Andy Dalton's better. Like, there's no chance in hell Andy Dalton's doing anything close to that. First off, you know what Andy Dalton's doing? Exactly what happened on Monday. You understand? To where they're getting blown out 38-9 or whatever the hell the final score was. That's what Andy Dalton does with weapons, with Ezekiel Elliott and Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup. And CeeDee Lamb. And while it's not a great offensive line, they're banged up too. They haven't started 6 brand new guys that just came onto the roster. And they put up 10, and most of that was in garbage time. That's what Andy Dalton does. You understand? Now, nobody's saying Carson's Mahomes. Nobody's doing that. But there was a comment earlier, I think it was TTP, saying, I'd love to see if you, like every week, maybe it just becomes an exercise. You just put in another quarterback behind whatever the hell you want to call this roster and see what happens, right? There's not many that's doing what Carson Wentz just did.
I do love Daryl's other comment here too, by the way, about Antonio Cromartie.
It's about his kids, probably.
Yep. Antonio Cromartie needs to worry about his 14 kids and 8 baby moms.
Sorry, I'm going at Antonio Cromartie right now on Twitter. It's happening. Sorry. Keep going, guys. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. Let's see. Daryl also says Brett Toth, or I'm sorry, Toth. I have no idea who that is. Has gotten snaps, and 14 days ago he was an ROTC instructor at I feel like that should be on a friggin' billboard. That should be on a damn billboard.
T-shirt talk.
Brandon, why is Mahomes always the measuring stick? Because he's the best quarterback in the league.
Easily the best in the league.
I mean, you want to be Russell? I mean, we can make it somebody else. I mean, Russell, Aaron.
That might be the easiest question that we get asked all year.
Well, why is Mahomes always the measuring stick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's because he's good. He's very good.
He's amazing.
Richard says Wentz has had a few Mahomes-like plays. And yes, and you know what it is? It's always in drives like that. Like, honestly, you know what that final drive was? That's a carbon copy of what he did the last 4 games last season. To where I swear to God, I'm not in the huddle. If I was, I'd probably be going crazy and I'd be getting in fights, honestly, if I was on that sideline right now. There would be no social distancing from me. Honestly, though, it's like they're like, okay, Carson, just go do your thing. Because He just plays looser. It's just like, oh, he's gonna run around, he's gonna throw, and he's gonna complete a pass. That's just what he does.
And not even just the end of last year. I mean, we saw games like that early in the year that they lost because guys didn't make plays, like Nelson Aguilar dropping the football against the Falcons. To where same thing. End of the game, the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game, Carson leads a drive down the field. And unfortunately, in those situations, guys didn't make the plays that they needed. Hold up their end. Tonight, Boston Scott did. He dropped a dime right where it needed to be for Boston Scott to be able to catch that football. And to get his feet in. And last year, the last 4 games, it seemed like guys were making plays. Earlier in the year, there's at least 2 games where they didn't make those plays. So, I mean, this is a trend for Carson from last year to this year to where he's playing better. And maybe he doesn't get off to a great start. Maybe he struggles in the first half or at some point in the game. But even this season, from where you saw earlier in the year where we started against Washington to where we've been the last 4 weeks, go back to San Francisco, go back to the Steelers and go to the Ravens, and now to this. In those final drives in the fourth quarter, he's making plays to give this team a chance to win the football game.
Steelers fan clarifies. He says, Ryan, Chrome, and Tom, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about these other Eagles fans that are on Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube. They're the ones saying BS and love. Okay, gotcha. Listen, when somebody says you guys, I think you're talking to us because we're here.
I can't see all the comments. So when I see you guys, I mean, you might have put the disclaimer before that and we didn't catch it. So
there's literally the screen keeps moving with comments. So when I see you guys, I think us, you guys, us. Hello. So good. I'm glad you said
hello.
It.
Thanks, Steelers.
This is a great comment because I think this needs to be talked about too. Everyone's talking about the Boston Scott catch, yes, but how big was that Hightower play deep? Because
another big one,
the end zone, make it a 1-possession game, and it was quick, as quick of a possession as that could have been. Boom, and really, that was the only deep shot we took all game, and we made it count.
And he actually caught it. So we'll take it. Young kid catching a ball. We'll take young kids catching balls.
Listen, man, if you can play on a blue field, you can play anywhere. John Hightower. No, I mean, he sucked so far this year, but I'll give the kid credit. Like, Doug got ripped this week for saying that John Hightower's improved. And while I really don't know if I would put that in writing, I will give the kid credit. He gets open a ton. He knows that, like, he's not like an Ortego blindside or something like that to where he's never open. The guy finds a way to get open.
He always does.
He just needs to get the ball.
He always does, though.
Gav's heading out. What a crazy game. See you, boys. Have a great
Gav.
Appreciate you.
See you, Gav. Thanks for dropping in, brother.
Let's see. James Sholoff. Everyone in this offense is hurt except Kelsey and Wentz. Nobody else is doing what he does now. I really, until I see it done, I can't assume that. Jamar, whoever injured Jackson should be fine. Well, no, I mean, he should have been ejected first off.
Yep. See, the thing about that play, and we talked about it, when you watch that play, DeSean's down, takes a tough hit to begin with. And then you can actually see, I don't know his name, 45. He's already on his ass, and he literally accelerates as DeSean is getting up and takes a shot. How you're not kicked out of the football game after that is beyond me. And it would be a disgrace if the league doesn't fine him.
Angry Bear says, when we get our outside receivers back, Hightower can be a beast in the slot. Yeah, I mean, I'll try it. Listen, at this point, there's nothing I wouldn't try with this team.
But the issue is his hands. I think we can all say that because we've seen him get open. We've seen him create opportunities to make plays. He's dropped some really important passes in key moments in games, and that's something that you can't do as a wide receiver in the NFL. So if that's something he can improve on, if he can improve on his hands, absolutely. I mean, he's got a nice physical makeup, and as you guys elaborated on, he has the ability clearly to get open. But at the end of the day, he has to finish the play and he has to catch the football.
Yeah, listen, when you talk about a lot of young guys too, I mean, it's about gaining that trust and that chemistry. You know, something that Carson hasn't gained with JJ, but at least he caught a pass tonight, so we'll take it. You know what I mean? At least there's something. we'll take anything. At least it was a first down. Thank you. If you get all good, but at least it's a catch. It could be worse. You could be dropping the one ball that comes to you. You know what I mean? So we'll take the catches when we get them, or the catch, I should say. So like you just want to see, you know what I mean? You don't mind it going around to different guys, right? And I think but it's just crazy that he's doing it with what he's doing with it. You know what I mean? A fifth round wide receiver, right? A guy just off a practice squad, right? And then Greg Ward and a guy whose mom holds umbrellas. So I mean, think about what he's done it with. It's sort of remarkable in a way. It really is.
CTP has a great question. He says, can someone explain to me how the hell Dallas is so bad? Zeke, Gallup, Amari, CD, solid O-line, defensive guys like D-Law, Jalen Smith, Van Der Esch. On paper, they have so much talent. You know what I think it is, honestly?
Well, Van Der Esch is out.
Yeah.
And that's where it went south defensively real quick for them.
Their O-line, I think, too, has some people that are out as well. It's
banged up, yeah. But not nearly as banged up as ours, though. I will say.
I mean, nobody's as banged up on the offensive line as the Eagles. They showed the graphic today. 100%. I don't know if I've ever seen an offensive line as banged up as the Philadelphia Eagles this season.
Yeah, it's fair. I would really like to go searching.
Zeke, I think Zeke's having an up and down year. Amari is doing what Amari does, and he's not max effort 100% all the time. And
he's Mr. Garbage time, get your stats guy.
Yeah, I mean, Amari could be an elite number one. He could, but he just it's a disinterest in the game at times. Yeah. It's like even in crunch time, and he's proven it. It's like he's not engaged in the game. He's not 100% there, and that's been the knock on him for a long time. Even back onto his Raiders days, is that what Amari are you going to get tonight? CeeDee Lamb is great, but he's a rookie. I mean, there's a lot of different factors that I think are in there. They don't have Dak, and I'm not a Dak hater. I think losing Dak is a huge loss for that football team.
Absolutely.
Huge loss.
My bad, Todd. I didn't know he came back last week. But regardless, I thought that was a tough loss when they didn't have him in there. And you're right, their offensive line's banged up, and Amari Cooper is a fraud at times. So,
But you got to think, Van Der Esch came back last week, right? But they were terrible before then. I mean, there's a lot of issues going on over there. Hey, let's talk about the thing we haven't mentioned yet. The big report from this week is the fact that these players don't believe in this coaching staff. They don't feel like they're coached properly. They don't feel like they have any idea what's going on. They don't feel like they have a game plan or a structure in place. And guess what? Doesn't matter how much talent is on the field. And Tom can attest to this as a coach. If you don't have a structure in place, if you don't have an idea of how you want this team to move, then guess what? You got players that don't give a shit. They're going to collect their paycheck. And you have players that are going to be disengaged. Having a roster, when you talk about a guy like an Amari Cooper, who on a good team with a good coach has a hard time staying engaged and keeping his head in the game, imagine having a coach who nobody believes in and a coaching staff that nobody believes in, how hard it is for him. And I'm not saying it's not a knock on him, but how hard it is to keep that guy really engaged in things.
Yeah, I'll say this. Ready? We talk about fourth quarter. We talk about crunch time. We like to talk about them things, right? Carson Wentz tonight in the fourth quarter. Sorry, Carson Wentz in the fourth quarter tonight and Sunday. So you add them both up. 5 total TDs, no picks, 214 yards, a 118 QB passer rating. So I would say you call that elite.
You definitely call that a franchise quarterback that 90% of the chat a couple hours ago was saying that he's nothing close to being.
And listen, and you could say, well, it was the Giants. Yeah, that's great. But last week it was against Baltimore, who's got one of the best defenses in the league.
Easily.
Yeah. And the Steelers, too. They're both top 3 defenses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at it, too, guys. And, the crazy thing is, with Dallas, I think it's a big culture thing, to be honest, because, everyone talk about Jason Garrett. And listen, Jason Garrett's not a good football coach, at least head football coach. And even you could say he hasn't been a great offensive coordinator for the Giants so far, but I think
clapper.
he's very good at clapping. I will give him that credit. He's the best clapper in the NFL.
Great clapper.
But at the end of the day, you look at it to where they have so much damn talent. And every year it's like they get more talent and they get worse. I don't understand it. I mean, you have DeMarcus Lawrence who's getting paid like he's elite, and it doesn't even look like he's trying. It doesn't even look like he's trying out there. And I get it. They lost their starting quarterback. He was, I've never been an anti-Dak guy. I actually like Dak as a person. As hard as that is to say, as far as, a Cowboys quarterback, he's a class act. He's a really good kid.
Agreed.
And you could tell how much he was the glue in that locker room. So now that he's obviously gone, part of me thinks, and I know we were talking trades and everything. I really wonder, and I'll go crazy here. I wonder if they trade for a quarterback before the deadline. I wonder.
Who?
And I'll give you a name. And listen.
No, who? Quarterback.
Say that again, Tom?
Trading for a quarterback. Who?
Dallas.
Okay, that's what I thought you meant. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
And this name, I think the guy sucks. Okay, but he showed that his arm with weapons can get them to the playoffs. He's on his last deal of his contract to where you can go full throttle. And I believe they would believe, maybe wrongly, that he's good enough to get them to like 7-8 wins.
I know who you're going to say.
It's your guy. I wonder if they would trade for Mitchell Trubisky.
Oh, that's not who I thought you were going to say. But
Patrick?
Yeah.
No, I think Mitchell.
I thought you might go the Flacco road, a guy who's been there before and had success.
No,
he's a guy who has had success and gone that road. Fitzpatrick is not going to go anywhere because him and Tua, Fitzpatrick might be retiring at the end of the year, and he has a thing with Tua. With Tua, especially now coming in, they're absolutely he's going to be there at least throughout this year to continue that mentorship with Tua and pass that torch.
Yeah,
so,
that would be the best fit for them. They want somebody who can move around. Mitchell stinks, so they want somebody who can. No, I'm not saying you don't. I mean, there's video evidence of us both saying that on draft night. So I'm not telling you. I know where you're trying to connect dots. I'm telling you guys that would be the best fit because it's a guy who moves around. But I don't want them getting. They can go get Mitchell. I'd love to beat up on his ass, but I'd rather face Mitchell than Dalton. Christ.
Yeah. Agreed.
Dalton has a track record. I mean, the other guy don't have a track record. The other guy has a track record of slop.
Yeah.
And guess what? We might play Foles in the first round and play the Bears.
Well, what's funny? Now, that's what I was going to say. I'm going to do a video about it over the weekend because a bunch of people have asked us in the shows, all of us separately, it's tough to really root for something because we know the last 3-4 years we've had Super Bowl aspirations. It's tough to say, hey, we should root for a tank because number one, we don't want to tank. And number two, Howie can't draft. So it's like, even if we had the number one pick, you'd find a way to screw that up. I honestly believe, and I think this is realistic. I think this is I'll say this is my prediction. This is how the season's going to end. This is how 2020 is going to end for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think it would be the perfect ending too. I believe that the perfect thing to root for as an Eagles fan is that the 5-10-1 NFC East Philadelphia Eagles would host a home playoff game against Nick Foles and the Chicago Bears, and we effing beat them. We beat them. It would be the face-off of the Immortals.
Or we lose.
Or we get blown out, and the Nick Foles love is
bad here. Then it gets bad.
It gets worse than when they won the Super Bowl.
If we win, it puts it to bed.
Yes.
Like, is that now? Let me ask you though. Mm-hmm. Is that a risk you would be willing to take? Would you want to see that and take that risk?
Yes. You know
understand?
Why? I want to.
One way or the other, the conversation will never end.
Listen, I want to see 11. Cromer.
If 11 doesn't, you're never going to hear the end of it. It's over. We're going to be.
I have the confidence in 11 in crunch time. I have the confidence in what's between his legs. And I almost feel like Nick might hand them one because they're boys. When Nick might be, I'll throw a pick or two, babe. You know what I mean? But I like how we match up against guys who are statuish. All right. I love how we always match up against statue talk. So I'll take my chance that we can hit him around a little bit. But I will take my chances that 11 will shut it up.
Because Chrome, there's only two ways for the Foles over Wentz. And listen, we're always going to love Foles, so I'm not even saying that. But the anti-Wentz turning into the Foles love, there's only two ways of that ever stopping, okay? Number one, Carson wins the Super Bowl, which we know as great as, as much as we love him, that's not happening this year. Or Carson wins his first playoff game against Nick Foles. That's the only two ways that's ever going to stop.
See, to me, that I think it's a losing bet, because despite if he beats Foles in a playoff matchup, I still think that sits out there. If he loses to him, it gets worse. The only way I think that ever goes to bed, and it doesn't matter if he faces Foles or not, is if he wins a Super Bowl. It's the only way, because people will say, "Oh, great, he beat him now," but he still wasn't the guy to get you the Super Bowl. So
real quick, and we'll get to the comment. What I'll say, on the opposite side of that, Chrome, is the other guy's older now, and if he beats him, it puts it to rest.
Yep.
Regardless, that's
you
the
would
other
hope. I would hope.
Unless they're talking about when he's 40, which could very well happen. We said if Nick Foles wins the Super Bowl here, he can leave his kid in the middle of Broad Street, and that's what's happened. Still, just not his kid.
I personally, I would hope that, Tom. I just personally don't see it ever going away until Carson wins a Super Bowl.
Listen, we'll see. I hope you're wrong. You know what I mean? I don't think I disagree.
Me too. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong too, because I know we're all over that conversation.
Yeah, I hope you're wrong, but I hear you. I totally hear you on it. I just think I want the matchup because I'm praying it puts it to bed. You know what I mean?
I want that matchup just for the lead up week alone. How the city's going to be in friggin' flames.
I can't do that.
Good Lord.
We burn this bitch to the ground.
I've got a paragraph from the sweeps line.
Yeah.
Let me go through real quick.
Comments. Let's go.
All right. And by the way, the sweeps line brought to you by Specialized Physical Therapy. You can find them on specializedphysicaltherapy.com.
All right, Doc, make them yours. Sorry.
Yep. Dr. Paul Vidal. It says, "What's up, boys? Cromer, that's if you believe that report. Don't believe an effing word a pro athlete says when it comes to taking responsibility or accountability. The easiest thing to do is blame the coaches or something else other than yourself. Shut up and go make plays that I'm not defending Cowboys." Oh, sorry. He's not using any periods. I'm not defending the Cowboys staff. I'm just saying
sounds
it's
like a
convenient.
text.
Yeah, it's convenient now that they suck to point the finger, and all of a sudden Mike McCarthy and his staff forgot how to coach. Come on, that's weak. Also, what a throw by 11 to win. It's a soap on a rope. Hey, haters, maybe Hurts could make that throw. LOL. Never in a million throws.
Yeah, sweeps.
Not one period in that entire thing. Not one period.
The guy was I always forget what he's majoring in, but the guy can write. Papadell, one of the greatest writers of all time. Papadell, oh my God, oh my God. You want to talk about a writer? Woo. We'll talk after the show about his writing abilities. I mean, this is special. I'm telling you, special. One of the better writers of all time. Nick Sweepsy, let's get a period in.
Yeah, this is Sweeps. I would agree with you in that, a report is a report. I am a believer that where there's smoke, there's fire. So I believe that there's probably a portion of truth to that, which if there is, then there's an issue there in terms of the coaching and leadership. And maybe it's on them. Maybe it's on a roster that just isn't engaged. It doesn't have their guy. We're talking about a sports world now where you have idiots out there like Kyrie Irving, Kyrie Irving, who's out there talking about how we're going to coach it. We'll come up with a way to coach the team together, and coaches don't matter, and this and that. So you have a lot of idiots out there who are the actual athletes who just don't have a lot of common sense with it. So, I mean, he could be dealing with a bunch of personalities like that. We don't know. But regardless, I do believe where there's smoke, there's fire. And I don't think Mike McCarthy is a very great coach to begin with. No. So I could believe And I think a lot of people have said that a lot of his shortcomings were covered up by having number 12 as your quarterback and having great personnel on the field. So, I think at this point, where there's smoke, there's fire. I believe some of that report.
Daryl's been asking. He was asking a lot. He was asking us to talk about like players that we believe, prove this season.
Yeah, hold on. Ryan, I just want to get to this one. Ryan Terrizzo, new people I see jump in. They want to show me love. Let's go, Birds. Let's go, brother. That's a freaking.
What's up, brother?
We'll take Wentz. Now, okay. Daryl wanted to say, like, where was it? You got it, right? All right, got it.
Yeah, he was basically asking, like, who do we believe, prove that they're going to be around for a while? So I'll turn it into a little game here for everybody. In the chat, especially, and then here. If you had to put a lock on 3 players on the Eagles that are going to be here for the next 5 years, okay? Who are those 3 players?
There'll be 3 players that'll be here for the next 5 years.
Is that too much to go for?
I think like 3.
Okay.
I think 3 is realistic.
Okay.
Carson.
Yep.
We talking about that kind of stuff?
Yeah, anybody, yeah.
Carson, I mean, listen, the way Travis Fulgham's played right now, it looks like he'll be here for 3 years.
Yeah.
Talking about it like a guy under the radar. Offensively, it looks like he's going to be here. And obviously, I expect Dallas Goedert to be here. I mean, if you talk about regular names, Miles, I expect to be here, right? I'm not trying to run through everybody. You guys can get to the other like low level names you think guys are going to be here, which I'll probably agree with you. But right now, I mean, that looks like, and then you got younger guys out there, right? And I'm not going to say every name because then you could do it too quick. But I could end it because I think you think Hightower's going to stick around. You know what I mean? So you would assume he's sticking around for 3 years. You would assume Jalen Reagor's going to be here for 3 years.
Well,
these are like easy ones on offense that you would assume are going to be here.
See, and that's why I went to 5, because with the 5, they would all have to go through a full cycle of their contracts. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said 5. To where
that's even impressive because I can't answer for a guy like Jalen Reagor. I can't answer.
Yeah.
I can't answer for someone. You know what I mean? I'd be outlandish to say like Travis Fulgham's going to be here for 5 years right now. Like that's aggressive. You know what I mean? He's playing great, but that's aggressive.
I would say my 3, just to switch it up. I'll go Goddard, Wentz, Mailata. Because Mailata, if he's not starting, he's going to be in the rotation. I mean, he proved that he can play football. Even if he's the new Vitae. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna be around.
And honestly, he's a big guy, and I think for a guy who really is just learning the sport, the ins and outs, he's only going to get better, in my opinion. I agree. I have Mailata. I'm trying to not think of the obvious guys here.
Carson Mailata himself and Hurts.
Carson said he's going to be around for a while.
Hurts will probably be here for 3 years, though. You can probably book that. You can book that one.
I'll say Mailata. Derek Barnett.
You think it's re-up? Okay, I like it.
Yeah, I do. I might need to think about. I'm gonna go with Avante. I think Avante Maddox will stay with this roster.
He's got to start staying healthy. I mean, you're not. You're not crazy.
I'm trying not to go with the Miles Sanders type of guys who I definitely.
Now he's looking at you. Now he's saying, "What?"
Yeah.
I think I do think, just from what I've seen, I do think Fulgham will be the real deal. Yeah, not a number 1, but a wide receiver 3 on this football team for the next 3 or 4 years. Absolutely, I think
he's a definite NFL possession receiver. He's definite.
Daryl, Mailata tape reminds me of JP. Yeah, he's rugged. You know what I mean? He's rough in there. He's rough. He's aggressive, and that shows. It shows, and he's athletic, which makes him be able to play a tackle position. You know what I mean? He's big, strong, and athletic, and he likes to maul up in there. And JP was a big mauler earlier on in his career, and he was throughout his whole career. You know what I mean? Big mauler, and enjoyed mauling the guy across from him. And listen, guys are going to get beat in this league, but for a guy being put in that situation, I think he's done a really good job. You know what I mean? I think he's going to be here for a second. I think he's done a really good job. So, credit where credit's due for that. Richard
Marcus,
Rodgers.
I think Richard Rodgers. Yeah, he's a little old. Richard Rodgers is kind of the Jordan Matthews of tight ends for this team. He's gone and then they bring him back, and he's gone and then they bring him back. He
I
might
don't
be
know
here in
why,
3
though,
years.
honestly.
I don't think they ever try to
might.
trade Hurts. Sorry. I know things are going a million miles an hour. I'm trying we're all talking comments. My bad. I don't think they're ever trading Hurts though. Like I think he's here because they're gonna gadget the shit out of it over time.
You know what was interesting, and if I don't give, I forget who said it. So whoever said it, because I want to give them the credit because it was actually a good comment. Re-put it in there. Somebody said like, would you trade Hurts to Dallas? Because obviously Jerry, Mr. Oklahoma, Alabama, big, and obviously they need a quarterback for like Michael Gallup or something. Like It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen, but it's interesting. Like I wonder if Hurts was on, like let's say, the Browns right now, would they do that? Like it's interesting to me.
I would.
Listen, Jerry, I'll do it. No disrespect, but
I like Michael Gallup. I'll take Michael Gallup on this team all day.
Kristen saying, should Philly trade for Julio? I mean, yes, but is it going to happen? No. I honestly, guys, and I said it last night, the flashiest name I think we're going to get, if it's even realistic, is DJ Chark. Rookie deal. The Jaguars aren't using them. They're using Laviska Shenault and Keelan Cole more and more of a running attack. Young, don't have to pay him right away. And obviously the Jaguars, they are still acquiring picks. So as much as I would love Julio Jones, I think the flashiest name that's available is a guy like Chark.
I'll take DJ Chark all day.
Oh, dude, I'll be on the roof if that happens. I'll be so happy.
I'm hoping we don't need to even trade for a receiver. We can trade for some other things that we need, because I hope that, when if Rager comes back and he can be impactful and Fulgham can be impactful and you get Goddard back and Miles. I mean, I think right there you have enough weapons to be able to get it done. You know what I mean? So now it's like, can I upgrade a linebacker spot? Can I maybe go get a second or third running back? And you know what I mean? Can I go pluck a guard somehow? Right? Like little things. That's all.
Well, I think, obviously we hope that DeSean is okay and that he's not seriously injured, although my confidence in that is not very high. However, when you talk about some of these guys are getting ready to come back, Alshon's kind of on the cusp of that. I imagine Rigger's probably pretty close as well, especially when you talk about after, the next couple of weeks where they have a lot of downtime. The conversation was going to start at some point of where does Travis Fulgham fit in to the offense now that you're having guys come back? Do you give them the playing time so it is one less spot that you have to worry about. So, it sucks by the way that may have happened, but you're right on that, Tom. We may have made a big wide receiving addition by necessity and by accident in what we've had already. And then there are other holes that need to be filled. I want to see a linebacker. I need a linebacker on this football team.
I agree.
I'm looking at the Vikings. The Vikings make sense.
That's where I mean, the Vikings are starting to sell. So
they're tearing that down.
Please, Howie, if you're going to buy, please, I'm begging you, give me a linebacker on this football team.
Wait, real quick question, because again, and this is just bar room talk after a win. Like we're just getting creative at this point, so I know the chances. I'm not predicting this. Before I say it, is Kirk Cousins on the last year of his deal, or does he have 2 more? Because if he only has 1 more, I wonder if Jerry would trade for him. Because again, they're in desperation mode.
I think he's in the last year because this is what, 2nd or 3rd year with them.
I feel like it's his 3rd.
I have to Google. He had a
18, 19, 20. 18, yeah, because he got there in 18. Because the 17 was the Bradford Case Keenum year.
Right. They weren't because they weren't good the first year with him, and then they had a pretty decent year, or maybe even the other way around. I know 1 year was good, and another year wasn't very good. I believe because it wasn't a 3-year and $90+ million deal that he signed.
People were saying 2 more, so maybe it was a 4. Maybe it was a 4-year. So yeah, scratch that. So
unless there's an option in there.
That's probably what it is. Oh, he's got an out. That's what it is.
Yeah, well, let's look. I mean, we're gonna obviously be on throughout the weekend, and we'll be on tomorrow night, probably like 9 o'clock ish. We'll be doing something. So obviously we'll be talking about some things we think we can upgrade, moving forward. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
we got plenty. We got 10 days to talk about what we got to do. You know what I mean?
And it's
like
great
that.
too. It's
We'd
great
be talking
too.
the other way. We'd be talking the other way, if not for a couple dimes.
Mm-hmm. Because again, we saw with this quarterback, like if nothing else, this quarterback deserves this team to have his back and make a move. Not a move that's going to cost them, years, of draft picks. Nothing reckless, but just to show some damn respect. You know what I mean? I mean, Christ. I mean, again, you didn't help your quarterback last year when you had all the wide receivers out and and you had so many available. How he didn't make a move. At least do it this year just to get the kids some more playoff experience, if that's even possible at this point, which it clearly is in this division.
So to clear up Kirk Cousins' contract, we were right. It was a 3-year deal initially, but they gave him a 2-year extension this year. So he's actually technically signed through 2021 or 2022.
Wow. So they gave him the extension this past offseason?
He signed his extension on March 16th, right before COVID.
Vikings fans, I don't apologize because I still remember what you tried pulling a couple years ago, but damn.
He had a year left, which would have been this year on his old contract that had $30 million left. And then his extension gave him $61 million guaranteed. $61 million guaranteed. Oh, what a terrible call. I don't even know that Jerry goes out for that deal.
That makes Howie look great.
I somehow get Eric Hendricks from him.
I was just going to say that, Tom. You're spot on.
Can I enjoy myself on that?
Yep. Yeah, I think they would do that. Again, they just trade away Yannick. They panic. They're like, oh, okay, we're not winning this year.
For nothing again.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, Don's happy about the Cousins deal. Of course he is. Of course he's happy about it. Somebody saying Hurts for Jalen Smith. Nah, Hurts isn't getting traded, guys. As much as I would like that.
I like Jalen Smith. I'd take him, but
Richard, go to bed. He's on the Bears. Khalil Mack is on the Bears, buddy. Go to bed. Everything's fine. TTP says, this is so random, but do you all remember Paul Turner and that one-handed catch in the preseason? We all thought he was going to be – yeah.
That's another one. Add him to the Josh Adams and the Josh Adams list of, the next big thing in Philadelphia.
Is he even in the league, Chrome?
No, I don't think so.
Paul Turner?
No. Adams.
Josh Adams?
No.
Wouldn't be surprised if he's on a practice squad somewhere.
That's right, Richard. I will agree with you here. Eagles are doing the same thing to Wentz that they did to McNabb.
Josh Adams is with the Jets right now.
Of course he is. The worst organization in football, of course. He's on the only roster that he could be on.
Yeah, I couldn't even believe he's on something. I was like a hard no on that. Quick.
I feel like I'd rather be not on the team than be on the Jets, though. Like I feel like I'd rather be at home.
Yeah,
right. He's getting paid.
You can send me anywhere, really. You know what I mean? You can just drop me off anywhere in the world.
Let's see. Dynasty saying saying you guys are saying Chark. I'd take Miles Jack or Jake Ryan from them as well. Listen, give me 3. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just take Miles Jack from him, to be honest with you. Call it a day.
Yeah.
And say, all right, I got better today.
Yeah, we are, nerdy sports guy. I guarantee if we lost, we wouldn't still be out here, though.
No. We're about to go. We'll be back tomorrow night.
Our post game would have been that game sucked. Fuck everybody and
fire everybody. Good night.
Fire everyone and smell you later.
I think we fired at one point. You know what I mean? We fired some guys.
Oh, yeah. Our conversation this was a roller coaster of a show for sure. I mean, we were already talking about, all right, who's getting fired in a couple days. We had it already pegged for a couple days from now.
Richard, I hear you, Dad. No worries. No worries.
Listen, that's what the team does to us, so we understand. And Streeps, by the way, chiming in on who's going to be a lock to be here for the next 3 years. He's going Nate Gary for 1,000, Alex.
Oh,
He would do that one to us. So tomorrow night, 7:30, I'll be on the Philly Sports podcast, and that's at 7:30. So you guys can check that out. That'll be a great time. And then around 9:00, we'll be doing a show, and whoever on A2D wants to join us, I know me, Ryan, and Jake will be there. So anybody else who wants to join us, we'll be on. We'll be talking birds with you, and obviously, you know what else you got. But starting just with that, so some things going on tomorrow night here. So it'll be a good time. I'm excited to talk birds. It's always a little nerve-wracking when you're talking birds outside your circle. You know what I mean? And I think I don't know how to talk to people besides you guys.
Story of my life. Story of my life.
it's true.
Hey, but listen, shout out to the fam. A lot of great comments in the all-time bad, the all-time great. This was fun. We've obviously been, planning to do one of these for a while. We obviously did one. I don't know. Does this might end up being better than last year's when we did it against Green Bay and Chucks almost ran through the wall. Remember at the old studio?
Yep. Never forget. We were flying around. Yeah. And I thought about that game when we were doing it tonight. And I was like, you know what? We're going to win because of that.
Yep.
Now, when November hits, I plan on be doing a bunch of these with you guys. So
love it.
I enjoy it. I enjoy watching it and talking about it. It's the best way to do it.
It's therapeutic.
Yeah, in the moment talk, we're yelling, we're screaming, we're sad, we're happy. It's great. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Joker. Listen, we appreciate all you guys. Love every one of you guys chiming in. You guys drive the freaking show. We're here for you guys. We're here for the comments. We're here to talk about it and enjoy whatever way it goes. We're diehard sports fans, obviously, and we're diehard Philly fans, right? And that's that. Philly guy, A2D number 1, Eagles number 1, all lining up. Let's go. Prism, thanks, brother.
Listen, we're just
doing live streams. Yep. We're like freaking like Muhammad Ali before losses.
Listen, we're just showing up, guys, and we're just laying out the couch for you guys to lay down and get it all out of your system with us. That's all.
We're here for you. Couch talk here. See, Estefan, real quick though, but he's more of a 3-4 linebacker. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
It's the only
think he fits the scheme.
Yeah, it sucks, but because I like the kid a lot, but he says it's 3-4. TTP, huge game, great show as always, y'all. Listen, every one of you guys, we appreciate you. Our sponsors, our doc, make them yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy LLC, and his locations in New Jersey are Burlington, Cherry Hill, and Princeton. All right, and go in, let him know A2D sent you. He's the best. What else? Send alligator arms. Yeah, Ingram won the game for us. Richard, fly Eagles fly. You know it, brother. Listen, we'll talk to you guys, a lot of you guys tomorrow night. Everybody come back. Obviously turn on your alerts everywhere. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. That's where we're live. Just set your alerts for it. Bang, bang, bang. And here you go. You're with us all the time. And Billy guy said he's therapy when I found y'all. Well, listen, it's what we're here to do. You guys, I don't take shots at people, but no, there ain't a live stream podcast media company in this area that's going to be more authentic, right? And just be here to talk the shit with you guys. That's what we're here to do. Everybody else tries to be other shit. We're just dudes here to talk about it, man. There's no fakeness here. There's no freaking black and white videos. There's no fucking notes. There's none of that shit. Okay, it's the realest fucking shit you're going to get. And if you think not, then we can't help you over here because our family that's been with us and then just got in and new people just got in. They know. They'll tell you. That's why our fam keeps coming back. And we got big things happening. Some big deals coming in with FanDuel where we're going to get you guys some promo codes and some fun shit there. So it's only growing. Only fucking growing. So to all the haters, you can kiss our asses. That's what I say to that. That's what I say. Just suck on it. Whatever you want to suck on. We're not doing this. It's late now. Now we're going to do this. We did this at 9:30 last night. Big show November 3rd. Okay? Big show. We got the ladies. the ladies, myself, and Chrome when he wants to jump in. And it is we have Lindsay, Ariana, and Tori. And Lindsay's a journalism and broadcast major at Temple. All right. And she does a show there for the Temple Owls Network. And she's a cheerleader for the Temple Owls. All right. And, it's great. So she knows her shit, too. She knows her shit. And that's phenomenal. And Ariana knows her shit. And we've all seen Tori, babe. You all seen Tori. Right. And Tori's fun. It's fun. And it's going to be a fun show. And, I'm going to host it at the beginning for them. And they're going to take it over. So every Tuesday night, starting November 3rd, our show, 8:30 to 9:30. Isn't a name yet for it, but that's freaking irrelevant. You know what I mean? Trump, we'll do this, and then I'll tell you to kiss my ass. And, wins are wins, baby. Come on, don't start doing this. Don't start doing this.
Right now, Don. Now, right now, you were busy tonight, Don.
Yup, right around elections, you're still talking. It's amazing. Still talking. But yeah, that's what we got going on. So we got a lot of shows, and then we got the card show starting every Wednesday, November 11th, and then Rachel's got one coming. So I mean, just there's a lot of shit, and it's awesome. And we're just trying to change the game up for you guys, give you something different to listen to. Right? That's it. And we got content out all day too. You know what I mean? It's not just one trick ponies. 45 million.
Little dabble all over the place. Cards. You got the ladies' perspective. You have all these cast and misfits here. You got pro wrestling on this place. UFC. Lots of good stuff.
You're right. Everybody asked me, you got UFC? I said, yeah, man. Steve covers that shit every Saturday, and Zach's good at it too. And Rachel covered that shit. So,
wow. I
mean, so you factor all that in. Prism is true. I showed up one day. I never left like a stray cat. We let you in. We feed you. Right, you know what I mean? Welcome home.
You know what happened and Prism shows up and comes in like a stray cat and then ends up becoming Chris Pronger's best friend in the process.
Oh, yeah. Do I still have that?
It's amazing too, right? Yusuf, these guys are for real though. No notes, it's all facts. Love the A2D fan. Yusuf, we love you too. You know it. We bring you on here when we can. And the fact that you're a Washington fan, we love you even more. You know what I mean? It makes it even more authentic that we can shoot the shit. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. No matter what you're a fan of. If you come in here and you got common sense, we're here to talk to you. You know?
There he is.
Love it. Prism's great too, because if you think about Prism After Dark back in the day, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Good times for young puppies. Estefan, shout out to A2D. Shout out to you. Let's go, freaking Birds. Big goddamn win. And wins are wins in this league, and people can kiss my ass about lucky and different. All right? Quarterback was on an agenda late in this football game. And can't say enough about you guys. For Tom on Chrome. Yep. Like, follow, subscribe. iTunes, iHeartRadio, everywhere, everywhere. Speaker, everywhere you get your podcasts. We're there. Download, like, subscribe. Listen to those wherever you're fucking going. And if you got YouTube, just get YouTube Premium. It's freaking delicious. And, you do it everywhere. In the car. You know what I mean? Then we take over your drive time. Night. Boys, 10 more days. Go get another one.
Go.